Hi Nate,
Dark Souls 3. Let's go. We're playing Dark Souls 3. Yeah. This is Video Game Showcase. I'm Nathaniel Welch. I am your host, and I'm here with my good friend Brandon. Say hi, Brandon.
How you doing? I'm Brandon.
You did. Yeah. We are just going to be playing a game that we both really, really love. And we want to showcase it. We want to put it on display like something at a museum. We're going to just show you the beginning of the game, teach you how to play it, tell you about like the history and the development and some of the lore, tips and tricks, all that kind of stuff, and just have a good time, make conversation.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll be giving, as I'm playing, I'll be like giving tidbits, like little notes and tips here and there about how to get better at certain aspects, or just like little skips that make your life easier so you can play the game and have fun with it.
Yeah. So this is the opening cutscene of the game. Every Dark Souls game has an opening cutscene like this where, there's subtitles like a game would have. But there's generally music and like the same kind of sounding like old lady kind of voice, and it kind of sets up the game for you. But they do tend to be a little cryptic, and so they take some explanation. So if this is your first time ever seeing a Dark Souls game or playing a Dark Souls game, ever playing this one, you can see, like, you can read through this and kind of get an understanding of what they're talking about. But I will go ahead and actually put it in easier words to help everyone kind of understand what exactly it's saying. But yeah, this is like, I remember when I was first playing this game, first time ever, had my headphones in, and I was just like blown away by this cutscene, man. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
It's very unique.
Yeah.
Really sets up like the grim darkness vibe that you get.
Yeah. These guys are cool.
Probably one of the coolest fights in the game. Definitely one of the most unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their fight specifically has you fighting more than one guy at once, which is not a common thing in Dark Souls.
Have you ever fought this guy with a base dagger? It's a nightmare.
No, I haven't, because I know it's a nightmare.
The fight took me 2 hours.
It took me a few tries before I found the what's it called, the Stormlord,
not Stormbreaker.
Stormwind.
It's Storm something.
The sword that like deals extra. It took me forever to find that, even though it's in the boss arena.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say though, for a 9-year-old game, looks great.
It's
still
more than 9 years.
Holds up. I think it's 2015. That's 9 years.
Was it 2015?
This is 2024. It's been 9 years.
We're supposed to know these things.
Yeah.
I think it stopped receiving updates in 2016.
Probably. Yeah, after the DLC or something. So.
I don't know, what year did Dark Souls 1 come out? 2008?
2009 maybe.
You gonna Google it
I'll
right now?
Google it, yeah.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
Yeah. Dark Souls was 2011.
Yeah. I thought it'd be a little bit later. I think Dark Souls 3 came out in 2014, maybe.
So, Dark Souls 3 is an action RPG. And like every action-adventure RPG, right, there is a character creator. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but we do want to spend some time. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but we do want to spend some time. We're not going to hang around here for too long, but we do want to show you some of the options you have. Brandon, what are you naming this hero?
Classic. Butt farts has. I'm kidding. Sorry. I don't know, man. What do you think? Like, oh, I got you.
Bobbert. Don't do that. We're not doing that.
You don't want to make him an apostle?
No, I don't want to go around fighting people as the apostle. Let's just do like Bobbert or something.
Bobbert?
Bobbert, yeah. Keep it simple. Here we go.
Alright, we are Bobbert.
The thing with, I don't think, like a lot of games, armor looks vastly different based on whether you're playing male or female. Dark Souls is definitely one of those too, where like we just saw the knight armor doesn't look different at all, but some other suits look vastly different depending on it. It really just depends on the set you're using. So Like in this case, I don't think any of this gear really looks different.
None of it looks different. No, I don't think Dark Souls really matters at all.
There are some specific sets though that do that in some of the other games.
So let me go over a few things. So you have your basic classes. Your knight is your standard everyday starting class. Most players will begin with it. It's the best balanced. It's the easiest to learn and figure out. Your mercenary is for a player who's played a little bit more. They start with a couple of dex weapons and some extra add-ons that make them a little better. The warrior is if you want to smash things and you're just angry and want to hit things really hard. That's kind of my vibe.
Yeah.
Mind you, starting classes are not set in stone. What's unique about Dark Souls is you kind of you add the stats where you want as the game progresses.
Yeah.
So your starting class is just a stat block at the beginning.
Yeah, so you can start as a character without magic, and then
by the end
halfway
of the game,
through the game decide to like become a sorcerer or whatever. Right?
By the end of the game, you could only be a magic. Herald. Oh, here's another thing a lot of players don't know. Depending on the starting class you choose, actually can change dialogue options with some of the NPCs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
When I
for
played a lot of Dark
example,
Souls.
if you choose, I believe it is a cleric, Patches hates you immediately.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Herald, I actually kind of like the spear gameplay. I might go for a halberd run, I'm not going to lie. Thief, you start with a dagger, and
you're quick
moving boy.
Yeah.
Assassin, your entire thing is...
It's
it's
like
again
dex
being
weapons,
quick,
so more like
but-
fencing.
Yep.
Rather than like sneaking or backstabs or whatever, right?
And then Dark Souls 3 has 3 different major magic classes. You have Sorcerer, which uses sorcery magic. You have Pyromancer, which uses pyromancy and flame magic.
As in the name, right? It's generally fire. And the thing is, it works different. They have different abilities that have to do with these things. But like pyromancy is a little more limited. You know, you actually have like a thing called a pyromancy glove that you're like casting out of, something like that. But yeah, they are all a little different amounts of damage, different types of abilities. You know, cleric, they've got some healing and stuff like that.
And then the cleric, the last thing, you have miracles, which is the third type of magic, and it usually revolves in like buffs and healing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you play deprived if you're a masochist who hates yourself.
Deprived is basically you start at level 1, and which is kind of cool if you just want to like be able to build a character from the start how you want them to be, but it is a little difficult at times. So then this is the other thing, we actually kind of talked about this beforehand, the burial gift.
Yeah.
The whole like idea of the game is you're starting having been buried, like you are a unkilled and undead who's like come back to life, right? And there's a different burial gift you get. Most people use the life ring, right?
Yeah, most new players will use the life ring. It's just a great item to have.
Yeah.
I personally always go for the young white branch.
Yeah.
I won't spoil why, because we may get to see why later, and I'll explain it in the moment.
So they do different things. Like if it's your first time playing, definitely go for the life ring. It gives you more HP, and HP is, as you would think, it's valuable in Dark Souls, right? In a really hard game. But there's also, you know, things that can let you do PvP as soon as possible, things that let you level up, things that let you... one of them is an item that will help you, like, take away half the health on, like, the first boss.
Yeah.
So
The Black Fireball?
The Black Fireball.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could go over appearances with you. There is a way to make absolute monstrosities.
I've seen Shrek.
Yeah, you can literally make Shrek.
I've seen, you know, like Waluigi.
Yeah.
You know, like you can spend a lot of time making. Do you want to open one of the menus or something? Just show them exactly how. So this is like, just like a preset for your face. But then if you go into build and appearance, it actually gets really, like really crazy, really in depth with the voice, with. Yeah, like you can choose, are they muscular, how much hair do they have, like all that kind of stuff. So it does get pretty in depth. You know, it's maybe a little more restricted than, say, something like a Soul Calibur character creator, or like a Final Fantasy XIV World of Warcraft kind of like MMO character creator. But Skyrim maybe is this might be a little better than Sky. He's got a huge head. Oh, we're keeping that. Okay, our guy's got a huge head. Great. Bobbert. Big head Bobbert. All right. But if that's basically the rundown, so if you're ready to go, we'll go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very well explained, Nate. We're professionals
We're
here.
professionals. Yeah, so let's just talk about the general story. So, to start off, Dark Souls 3 was announced June 15, 2015 at E3. And on March 24, 2016, I was wrong. It is 2016, not 2015.
Oh.
So in 2016, it was released on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. And what did it say? March 24th, 2016. Yeah, it's the third game in the Dark Souls trilogy. It was announced at the time and is still thought to be of the finale, like the finale to the trilogy. But, they could eventually go and make another one. It was made by Hidetaka Miyazaki, who's like Dark Souls was his brainchild, right? And so he working at From Software, who are the company that produced this under Bandai, right? From Software and Miyazaki. Miyazaki directed Dark Souls 1 along with Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. And Bloodborne 2 he didn't direct, he just... did I say Bloodborne 2? Dark Souls 2 he didn't direct, he just supervised, which is why if you played like Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1, you might be like, man, Dark Souls 2 is a lot different. And it is, and it's because they had pretty much a completely different team working on it, and it is a good game in its own right, but we'll talk about that later.
So this is the tutorial area. Generally, I'm actually kind of cruising through it, killing things a little bit faster than you're supposed to. So you get your Ashen Estus Flask. If you're using magic, that's great for you.
Yeah, the Estus Flask is your like potion. So the Estus Flask regenerates your health. The Ashen Estus Flask regenerates your
magic.
Your magic. So can you click on one of those things on the ground, Brandon?
Oh yeah. So these are messages.
Yeah.
In this tutorial zone, they're safe. Later in the game, they're either wildly inappropriate or trying to get you killed. Don't trust these.
Well, it's just up to you for sure. So you start the game right in the Cemetery of Ash, where like unkindled have been gathered. So the plot of this game is to give you like a little rundown on Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1, there's this world called Lordran, right? It's this kingdom, and what happened was there were these gods with like magic, right? And Dark Souls is kind of one of those fantasy worlds where there's a constant battle between light and dark.
Oh, I messed that up.
One of the things that like keeps
the
land out of the Age of Dark is...
I'm trying to listen to you and play and it's not working.
One of the things that keeps the land out of the Age of Dark is fire, right? And so eventually the like first flame, the fire that all life came from, started to go out. And so like Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, Gwyn the like King of Lordran, like Gwyn the Dragon Slayer, right? Like he went to
I am rusty.
To keep the flame for going, and basically like sacrificed himself to keep the flame burning and to make it not go out. And so it put Dark Souls into this endless cycle of like, this flame is like what ushered in the Age of Fire. This flame is what life as we know it comes from. Like the age of the first flame's got to stay lit, right? Like someone's got to link the fire so that we don't get plummeted into an Age of Darkness. And there's constant protagonists, constant people in all the games. You're going to light the fire again. And so in this case, you're in a place called Lothric, which is near Lordran. And the whole thing is you are going to light the first flame. It's time for the fire to be lit again. You're here to link the fire. And the question like you have to ask yourself when you're playing any game is, why me? Like, why am I the one? Why am I the hero? And so this Dark Souls isn't a case, at least Dark Souls 3 isn't a case of like you being the prophesied hero. The thing is, like,
you're actually the guy to rein in the guy who's supposed to be the prophesied hero.
There's all these guys called, there's this guy named Prince Lothric, and he's the prince. He's the guy who rules over the land of Lothric, and he's the guy who's supposed to link the fire next. but he refuses to. He has decided to not go do it. He's like forsaken like what he was born to do. And there are these other guys called the Lords of Cinder, who are people who have previously linked the fire. And the idea is that they're supposed to go and link it. But they've also all refused to, except for one. And so you are this thing called an Unkindled, which is an undead that previously tried to take on the journey to link the fire but failed. You were playing as the guy who failed and was put into a cemetery.
What the heck?
And the thing is, when this bell rung, it woke up the Lords of Cinder who refused to go link it. It woke up, but it also woke up you. And you're this guy who's like, you're not the hero. You failed before to link the fire, but you're the one who's about to go and try to do it. And so you wake up in the cemetery of ash where a ton of unkindle have been laid, in the hope that they'll awaken and go link the flame, right?
The other part I love about that, by the way, is you're not the only unkindled one who's failed that woke up.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of you.
And even think about it, all those little guys who you just killed, like all those guys in the starting area, there are other unkindled who used to try to link the flame but went hollow, which means they're undead who died so many times that they like forgot what they were living for. They pretty much lost their minds. And so those are all people who have failed before.
Speaking of people who failed before, that brings us to the first boss. His name is Lydic Skundir. He was a failure.
Yeah.
But where he differs from all the others is he is a tester to see if you are worthy to even start the journey.
Eudix means judge, and so he's literally the judge, which is fitting, thinking he's the first boss. He is it is pretty much, if you can't get past him, then you can't play the rest of the game. So you have to learn to fight him.
When I first started playing this game, it took me about 2 hours to beat him the first time I ever played him.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was so bad at this game.
I think I beat him my second try.
My best advice
Not
to
that
all
that matters.
new players is learn your lock-on button, because that will help you. Also, another big thing people mess up is being far away from the boss does not equal safety.
Yeah.
Get up their butt, for a lack of better phrase.
Get
right up
real
there.
close to them and dodge their movements, right? Dark Souls is very much a reactive game. You don't predict, you react. And so it's all about attacking and dodging and all that kind of stuff. And when someone goes to attack you, you dodge past their attack, you dodge through their attack, right? And it's a lot easier to do that when you're and punish them for trying to attack you, like dodge and then hit them when you're really close to them versus really far.
Oh, I want to make a side note for everyone watching. I am also playing on mouse and keyboard. I am not playing on controller, so all those controller settings that you saw, those do not apply to me.
Yeah.
And I had to learn the hard way.
So this is on, we're playing on PC right now. So, it's on PS4, PS5, Xbox, all those kind of things. I don't think it's on Switch. No, it's not. It's not. But you can... normally you'd be playing with a controller if you played on any of the on console, and on here it's mouse and keyboard. So the Cemetery of Ash, like, it's the game's starting zone. It serves as a tutorial. We've run a lot past it. Eventually we'll address like some of the basics of the game, right? But it works as a great tutorial, not only because like you're taught to play the game, but you're also given the opportunity to fight some weak enemies that have variety. Some guys use bows, some guys use swords, some guys use spears. That's an example, like an undead dog who is really fast, right? So
you have to off the edge.
You have to learn how to deal with these other types of enemies.
Actually, real quick, I want to show you guys something. So in this area, there is an infamous enemy / NPC.
The old
He
master
kills
samurai naked man.
so many players. Yeah. I'm going to show you the easiest way to deal with him if you're not confident in your ability to fight.
Teach me, Brandon.
What you're going to do, one hand. Get him to come towards you. Come on. What you're going to do is get him to come towards you. Lock on. Just back up here. Make sure he stays locked onto you. Come on.
You're cheesing him.
100%. As long as he, behaves the way he is intended to behave, there you go. And he'll just go off the edge.
Goodness.
And you get the free kill.
So he the reason you want to fight him is he gives you a really good sword in the beginning of the game that honestly, if you want to go for like a dexterity samurai kind of build, you could use for the rest of the game if you really wanted to. And
or if you just like want to let your inner weeb out and
that's
use
true.
a samurai sword.
That's
really.
another thing. But yeah, because he fell off the ledge, you won't get his he like trust us, he is really hard to fight hand to hand. But because he fell off the ledge, you can't get his items right now, so you have to go and rest at the bonfire, and his items will appear again.
All good.
Yeah. So we're moving to the next area just to finish up the Cemetery of Ash.
Well, we're in the Firelink Shrine now, yeah?
Yeah, it's like the next segment of notes, right?
Gotcha.
So there's a crystal lizard in the cemetery who you fought. Like, that's a super strong enemy. Crystal lizards, you might fight them often in late game, but in the beginning of the game, they're pretty rare. You know, fighting that guy teaches you some of the risk reward you learn in Souls games, right? Like, the crystal lizard is a difficult enemy, but you'll get a lot of souls for beating it. Like, with later in the game, that many souls really might not matter, but at the beginning of the game, like, that's a good amount. And not only do you get those, but you get a rare item that, you know, could really be handy someone playing late in the game. And you're also introduced to like the message mechanic, the multiplayer mechanic, where anyone on multiplayer when you're playing online can leave messages, and so you'll see some of that. I think we're online. I don't know for sure.
We are.
But you can get invaded, which means someone does player versus player, and they join your game and go to attack you, and yeah, so it teaches you the multiplayer mechanic because in front of the crystal lizard, there's a thing that says.
I'm gonna see if I can still do this.
Like turn back, right?
Oh.
So.
Oh, I didn't look at it. I should have.
It's something that shows you, like, you'll see stuff like that all throughout the game that people left in multiplayer, and it's like, what do you choose to do? Are you going to try to fight the hard monster or what? So it kind of gives you a good idea of what to expect later. We'll talk more about Gundyr in a bit, but right now, like, this starting area by the Firelink Shrine, there's a lot to explore. And so if you could just turn around for a second, Brandon, I know they already saw it.
Yeah.
But this is a locked door that leads up those stairs on top of this building right here, and that's an item you can get a really good item by going through here. And the thing is, like, right now, it costs a lot of souls to get that key. I think it's like 20,000.
I'm so bad right now.
But if you
I'm mad too.
Like, and I think it'd be fun to showcase this here, but you can run up this tree and jump on top of this building and get one of the items early.
Oh, come on, bro. I haven't played in so long. There it is.
You go. Yeah. So that's like not the thing you're looking for.
There's a couple secret things up here actually. So you could go in there and get the item early, which I'm not gonna do right now. We're actually gonna run around. This is an area. If you're not confident fighting the Swordmaster on level ground, you can attack him from behind here secretly. Yep. But if you come back here, there is a baby crystal lizard.
Yeah.
These guys give you loot.
Yeah, they like the crystal lizard, give you gems. And Twinkling Titanite's used to upgrade your weapons and stuff like that.
Specifically boss weapons and magical weapons.
Which are the most powerful weapons in the game, specifically, right?
Oh, they can be. There's a few
They're
non-boss
rarer,
weapons.
They have more, like, variety to them, special abilities, stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so he made it up here early. There's another area that you can normally... You know, it's still worth later in the game to buy that, there's also a bird NPC here called Pickle P who you can leave items for, and they'll, like, drop you...
Is the Ember one?
I don't know, dude. And you leave items, and they'll go and pick it up, and give you stuff in return for it. So they don't want an Ember, but, yeah.
I know that will take...
A Homeward Bone?
Homeward Bone, yep. And it'll give you Iron Greaves.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, call over. Oh, iron bracelets. Hey. Yeah. So there is another... It is worth getting that... Is this a multiplayer message?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, it probably is.
Fog wall ahead.
So there are illusory walls in Dark Souls that you can break, like, attack or roll through. And over here is a chest.
I would like to give the tutorial on this one, if I may.
Huh?
There are fake chests throughout the game. They're called mimics. They're infamous. There are two major ways to tell the difference between a safe chest and a mimic chest. But I'm going to tell you, always attack the chest.
Yeah.
The first way to tell is see the chain here on the right, right about where my axe is. All right, the chain, if it is sticking out straight, it is a mimic. If it is curled in on itself like that, it is a regular chest. Also, if you pan your camera down a little bit, if it's a mimic, you'll see like its mouth open and close very slightly.
Yeah, you'll see like the chest breathe. Yeah. So yeah, it's worth later in the game to buy the key to go up that tower, because there is a whole nother few pieces of thing you can grab. But here, for early game, like, this shortcut is honestly pretty worth it.
Also, this ring you get from that chest, if you can manage it early game, fallen foes yield more souls. Souls are how you level up. They're your currency. They're everything. Yeah. So just having that item makes you instantly
I think
better.
it's 10%. You get 10% more souls.
Which is...
every time you kill something. So
it's a big deal.
Yeah, souls are how you level up and that kind of thing. So,
and then we'll come over here. I'll show you guys another tip I think is important to know, if I may.
Go for it, man.
If you are not playing a magic class, at the beginning of every run, come over here, talk to your boy Andre. You want him to talk it out?
Andre's cool. He was in the first game.
Yep.
I don't know if this is the same Andre. If so, that'd make him really old.
I think it's part of his family lineage.
But it could just be like... That's the thing about Dark Souls, is it's a lot of poetry. It's a lot of like, yeah. Show them your thing real fast.
Always allot your Estus.
Yeah.
What this does, you can change your Ashen Estus into a regular Estus, and don't worry, you can go back and change it back. It's not a big deal.
So if you're not a magic user, there's no reason to have a magic Estus flask, and so this gives you more potions, pretty much.
Also, that Estus shard you guys saw me pick up earlier, you can use it at the blacksmith to reinforce. It doesn't cost you any souls, but now I have 5 uses of Estus instead of 3. That's a lot more healing, makes your life easier.
Yeah, reinforcing your Estus flask gives you more drinks, and so that's part of why that skip is so valuable early game too. Is you get a.
I'm sorry, I should like let her talk.
You get it. I honestly don't care. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a merchant you can buy stuff from. The shrine handmade.
Another tip: sell your souls at the handmade. Don't consume them.
Unless you're playing Bloodborne. Don't do that, because in Bloodborne you'll get less. So.
Yeah. So in Dark Souls, she gives you the same amount. I'm gonna get rid of the broken sword. But yeah, then you could purchase items from her.
Sorry.
Here is where you get the key for that tower. Like he said, 20,000 souls. And then you can buy a bunch of starting game stuff. I'm not going to do any of that. Instead...
And the reason he was saying to specifically sell your souls is because you get souls when you kill people, but you can also pick up souls, like consumable souls off of like enemies on the ground or whatever. And those are things you keep in your inventory that you don't have to spend that don't go away when you die. The thing about Dark Souls is there's constant risk reward. You gather souls, but if you die, you lose those and they fall on the ground and you have to go pick them up. But if you die while your souls are on the ground, they go away. And so the thing about souls you picked up is they won't go away when you die, right? And but you don't know how many are there, like how many each soul is worth, unless you go sell them with the handmaiden. So
let me see, what do I want to replace? Switch for go ahead and call over.
Yeah. So Dark Souls has a pretty big PvP element, and you can use, there's plenty of gestures, both disrespectful, like that's a disrespectful gesture.
If you do that to somebody after killing them, go jump off a bridge.
Yeah, that's just not.
It's rude.
It's just not. Yeah, it's BM, bad manners, right? You have souls, man. You should level up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What? You don't want me to run through the high wall with 10,000 souls? You talk to this lady, the blindfold lady.
The firekeeper. Yeah.
The firekeeper is everybody's crush. Everyone loves her. She's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, you talk to her to level up, and yeah, you go to her and give her your souls, and she'll turn them into stat points for you, pretty much.
Touch the darkness within me. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any kind of
2,
build
3,
you think you're
4,
gonna go
5,
for, or
6,
what?
7, 8, 9.
Just health?
No, I do that to test how many times I can level up.
Okay.
So at the beginning, I like to get to 10 dexterity. Vitality is your equip load. That's good to have.
Yeah, heavier, like, there some items or weapons are heavier than others, and you have to have a certain amount of equip load.
Yeah.
They're like, because if you're too heavy, if you have too much stuff that weighs too much, when you go to dodge roll, which is what you do all the time in the game to dodge attacks and stuff, you will roll slower if your armor's too heavy. So that's why it's worth having not as heavy of armor, right?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go super thorough and get every single item.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna blast through, kill a bunch of enemies, get most of the items.
Yeah. We want to show you a few different areas before we.
I'll get to show them.
The next 3
I'll
hours.
show them all the areas
Yeah.
in this zone, but I'm not gonna get every item.
Well, I should say like locations. Like we wanna get through a good amount of the game in the next 3 hours instead of just like spending our time slowly going through everything. So just to tell you some lore, like the first boss we fought, Udix Gundir, he is an example of like a guy who was trying to do what you did, right? He wasn't unkindled. He wasn't like a random undead who had failed to link the fire before, but he was royalty, who it was his job to go link the fire, and he went to go do that. But he didn't make it to his Firelink shrine in time. And what do I mean by that? His Firekeeper was dead, which means the fire can't be linked, right? And there was like issues of darkness in the world and all that kind of stuff. His cord sword had been broken, and so he was left in this situation of like his duty is to go link the fire, but his Firekeeper's dead, and so it can't be linked. But what happens, like theorized, is that there are theories that like someone else went and linked it and that kind of thing, but that doesn't matter. But what did happen is Gundir pretty much like was made the judge of whether or not you could link the fire or not. You know, he just stayed outside the Cemetery of Ash guarding the Firelink Shrine.
Wait, what?
And
hitboxes was that?
He's like we said, Udix means judge, and so he's literally in lore like the judge of whether or not you are worthy to go link the fire, but also the judge of like, are you able to actually play this game? Can you get past the easiest boss, right? And we saw halfway through the fight, if you remember, that like big glob of like black mush came out of him. That's called pus. That's called a pus man.
I'm gonna let this happen. These guys with the lanterns are bad news. When they scream, all of the combat-able enemies in the area will run at you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what a pus man is, you know, Dark Souls is about light and dark, but there's also chaos, and there's abyss, and there's all these things, all these evil things that are trying to see the like darkness or evil put into the world, or see the fire fail, right? And what a pus man is it's someone who's gone hollow, which we addressed that earlier. When an undead, you know, which Dark Souls is all about undead trying to get humanity, or unkindled trying to get like their fire back, trying to break this curse of undeath, right? And when someone goes hollow, when they're an undead who dies too much and doesn't get humanity, or doesn't get, like in Dark Souls 2, you get hollow get their humanity back by like these things called human effigies. And in this game, it's a case of getting ember. When you beat a boss, you get ember. You can see he's like on fire now, which means he got his humanity back. He's no longer a undead made of ash, right? That's a smart move. Oh look!
Oh no, I got slow.
A dragon. Yeah. So the reason Brandon ran through here is because that dragon hadn't flown down yet. Every time you go to
I'm not turning back either.
like every time you come back into this area now, there's going to be a dragon there. So
well, you gotta
gonna
get those items
like
later
show
on.
him the guy downstairs.
I will in a second.
Okay.
You always open that first. Always.
That's smart.
Because then you don't have to run through the dragon again.
So Brandon explained earlier, when there is a chest that has a chain pointing away from you, it's friendly, but when it points towards you, it's a monster. this is a great example of the monster.
Oh, look, players are actually helpful here. That's a very rare occasion.
Yeah. So if you try to open it, you'll get eaten.
Remember, kids, always smack your chest.
Two-hand, right?
Oh, yeah. I almost always two-hand. I don't use shields because I've always just dodged. Mm-hmm. I suppose I could show you guys the shield style of gameplay. You can block, and if he hits me, see, he breaks your shield. Oh, I died. Good. I'm dead.
Wow. Well, that was a series of unfortunate events. Okay. Well, that's what happens when you get bit by a mimic.
Normally, your shield blocks that, but he does so much damage that it just goes.
I think what happened actually is he just kind of like the lock-on was weird and he glitched around you and hit you in the back.
Did he?
Yeah. You can try show them blocking on one of these easier guys.
Yeah, I probably will. Hit me! There you go. So it takes your stamina to block.
Yeah. But you'll also notice here, when he blocks, not only is it taking his stamina, but it's taking his health. Because it's a lighter shield. Certain types of shields make it so that no matter what you get hit with, you won't take any damage. It just depends how much stamina you have. But because this is a lighter, weaker shield, he does take damage every time he gets attacked.
Which makes me think, is this one a better shield? No, not quite. So you can actually see here on the screen, you have the attack power stats. This one, you have physical 79, and then physical 76. So the physical is how much physical damage it'll defend against percentage-wise, I believe.
No, it's the, I think it's the number on the right, actually.
Is it?
If you want to look at that. So it's the absorption. It's the guard
absorption.
absorption.
No, you're right.
Yeah, so this is only going to absorb 86% of damage he's given. Yeah. There he goes. I think that's the first Estus you used, right? No, you probably used them in the beginning of the game.
I used all three earlier when I got... What is happening with my camera?
You're fighting Gundir, yeah.
My camera just bugged out.
So now, he's trying to get back to that room, but the problem is...
I am not running...
Yeah, the problem is the dragon's up there. And so if you run up there, you might die. So that's why he opened the door, is because he wants to get through this area and be able to get back to that room without getting killed by the dragon, right?
Bro, I'm playing so poorly right now.
It's okay, dude. It's okay. So, yeah, just to finish on Gundir, he had that worm thing, which you'll see later in the game, is a pus of man. When someone goes hollow and gets infected by the abyss, one of those things, like, that parasite will come out of them, right? And Gundir, like I said, his cord sword was broken. He couldn't, and his firekeeper was dead. He couldn't link the fire. But in our case, like, our firekeeper's good. We stole a coiled sword that had been embedded in Gundir, and now we linked the fire. We made it to the Firelink Shrine, and now we're going to, be the hero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you die, you will drop all of your souls. So on the bottom right screen, you see that number. That's how many souls I have. You drop all of your souls on death, and they will sit on the ground until you die again or collect them. So if I died again before I got back to my souls and picked them up, they're gone forever and will never exist again.
But now we can continue fighting this guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to shield block this time. I'm just going to.
So, there's some interesting story when it comes to the Firelink Shrine. Like, historically, Firelink Shrines have always been placed close to, like,
what the heck?
Places where undead are gathered or close to cities. So in this case, it's like the Firelink Shrine is close to the High Wall of Lothric. It's also right next to the Cemetery of Ash, because they need undead to go link the fire, and so they are very intentionally making sure there are plenty of people that can possibly be the one to go be the hero and link the fire, right? Yeah, and now we've made it to the High Wall. The whole deal is there are these Lords of Cinder that haven't linked the fire. They are, instead of them going to ensure that the Age of Fire is going to continue, instead of doing, like, what most people would say, like, the right thing, they've decided to shirk their responsibility. And so before we go and link the fire, it's up to us to stop them. Because one, if you're too weak to link the fire, you'll fail, which is probably what's happened to us before. Either we failed fighting the final boss, or we just failed trying to actually link it. And then, you know, so not only are we getting stronger, but two, we're putting these people who are actively like opposing the linking of the fire in out of their place, right? And we're putting them in their place. We're making sure that they're not, you know, going around doing whatever it is they shouldn't be doing anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we pretty much have made it to the first area. The tutorial goes by pretty fast. There's a lot of lore, a lot of little bits of information you might want to learn about or whatever. But once you get out of there, it's pretty just like keep playing and fight guys and chill and all that kind of thing. So we're
From the top
so
ropes!
just expect a little less information overload at this point.
Hi, sir. How you doing?
Throw crap at me? Oh, you're faster. That sucks. I'm too busy having fun goofing off. I'm sucking right now, but it's okay because this
It's
is
okay.
fun.
We're having fun. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I missed. Hi, sir. You should have let me be an apostle. I could have been like, "Can I introduce you to my Lord and Savior?" But no, now I'm just Bobby. Or Bobbert. Sorry.
Bobbert.
There are a lot of traps in this game, by the way. I know where they all are, so I'm making this look easy.
Yeah. These barrels explode.
Oh yeah, here I'll show you. It's a dirty trick.
Yeah. So if you don't run fast enough, you'll get a fireball thrown on you and instantly die.
Yeah. It's pretty great. So this guy, I cannot get him right now, but I wanted to show you guys. This guy's name is Grey Rat. He is your homie and your friend.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
He's a thief, but he's like the nicest dude in the world.
Yeah.
He's way too nice.
So, you know, we mentioned earlier the Shire, the Shire,
Shire.
the shrine.
Bilbo!
Yeah, the shrine handmaiden in the Firelink Shrine is a NPC, and they're a merchant who you can buy stuff from. And so, as you go throughout the game, you'll find either like magic teachers or other merchants who you can invite to come back to the Firelink Shrine, and you'll be able to buy different things from them.
Basically, you're just making your NBA roster better.
And so, Grey Rat is a good example of that. You can find a key to free him, and then what he'll do is he's a thief, so he'll go like find loot for you, and then bring it back that you can buy from him.
Man, I'm just gonna calmly get this item and kill some undead.
Oh,
Oh, hi, friend! So you have two options for dealing with this dude. You can fight him like a gentleman, or you can be a turd and throw fire at him because fire kills him.
Yeah, Puss and Man, they're weak to fire bombs. They
Oh! I thought I had more time.
yeah, they hurt him real bad. So, but they also hurt you real bad, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Sorry, I might have peeked the mic there.
It's fine. I'll fix it in post. Yeah,
I get very animated while playing games like this. I don't know why.
it's a good
What
time.
the heck?
Yeah. So the things about these guys is if you don't kill them fast enough, they'll disappear and you won't be able to have gotten the item.
Dude, that's a raw gem.
Yeah. Gems are something you can do. You can talk to Andre the blacksmith and he will like mess with your weapon. And if you have different gems, he can like craft, do different things to them to give them different effects and stuff like that. He like crafts them into your weapon or whatever.
I don't see. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone up there. Ever.
So on New Game Plus, an item spawns up here.
Oh. I didn't know that.
But it's a great way to avoid.
Boom! From the top ropes! Get out of here! Oh yeah! Macho Man!
I don't know what that was about.
You're having a good time, man. I love it.
I'm having a lot of fun with this right now. I mean, I'm
That's
getting
another
hurt a lot.
Raja.
Huh?
That's you got another Raja. Ooh, black fire bombs. So those are stronger than
I got
normal
like
fire bombs.
6 of them now, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go in this room here. There's a yeller. You don't want him to yell.
Yeah, he'll activate the baddies.
He's a turd muffin.
Yeah.
Oh!
I thought I had more time. I'm just peeking the mic out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Alright, there's a item behind those. No, actually not an item, a guy.
It's
There's a guy behind
inside the jar there, but that's a trap.
those. Undead Hunter Charms.
I'll have to,
You can, Undead Hunter Charms, I believe, those
stop
are things,
people from healing.
Yeah, so you throw those at dudes during PvP,
What?
and it means
Come here,
they can't heal.
Let me break your shield.
You
No!
realize there's a thing called a kick to do that, right?
Yeah, I forgot how to do it on mouse and keyboard, honestly.
I'm trying to remember now. You kick and walk.
What?
Well, you attack
Come
and
here.
walk at the same time. You have to do it like in sequence. And
Yeah, I don't
kick.
remember how to do it. Man, the input delay is killing me, Nate. That would
We
be it.
have
There we go.
Slight input delay with our setup here, but we want y'all have a good show.
Give me an item. How dare you?
Yeah, there's something on your left though.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I just wanted to break as many tables as possible. It's like those stunt breakaway tables you see in Hollywood movies.
That actually made out of like styrofoam.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
This is a perfect example of what you'll often find in Dark Souls, where you don't know when the next bonfire is going to show up, but you only have 2 Estus flasks left. So you have to walk this line of like, okay, do I go back to the last bonfire and heal, and then like come back with more HP, or do I continue going on until I find the next one?
Well, but then you run into the issue of like every time you rest at a bonfire, all the enemies respawn.
Yeah.
Alright, remember. Is
Friendly.
it safe or not?
It's safe.
Correct.
Correct. Pointed towards you. Yeah, just know like the way chests work changes between the games. In Dark Souls 2, whether it's pointed towards you or away from you, like it doesn't matter. They're all pointed towards you. And if you hit a chest too hard, you'll damage the item inside it and it'll be rubbish. So you have to like be careful in that game not to hit every chest and have to like look for
Did
signs
I kill
and
that guy
stuff.
or did he live?
But
he lived.
in this one specifically, you can like follow these rules we presented to you and know if the chain's pointing towards you, it's bad. If it's pointing away, you're fine. Just have a good time. Yeah.
Oh, his hitboxes are kind of stupid. Roll, please.
There you go.
I almost died to this dude in the 1v1. Yeah, you know how
There's
embarrassing
still
that
more
would be.
girls down there and stuff.
There's a dude here too.
This is the kite shield, right?
Yes. Notice I didn't check it, but there's the
Yeah.
chain. Yeah.
So this shield is, if you actually want to equip it, is a really good shield. One,
And
because it
100%
has
physical.
100% physical, but 2, because it gives you access to your weapon skill. So most shields, when you hit the alternative button, they parry. But certain weapons have different like skills or like abilities you can do with them, depending on what they are, right? And
Oh,
so
not quite.
if you're using a shield and go to use your parry button, most of the time you'll parry. But on a shield like the Silver Eagle Kite Shield that lets you use your weapon skill, you'll still be able to do your stomp, which is like the big thing you do with a with what do you specifically have, a battle axe? Yeah, it does that, which I think,
Which gives
like-
me this ability.
yeah, but makes your abilities crazy and makes it that like you can take more attacks and your character won't like react as much, even though you'll just take as much damage,
Another Estus shard is here.
which means one more flask.
But the most important part about this room and why I come here is Grey Rat Sulky.
Yeah, now you can get them out.
Yep. Hence why I didn't rest at the bonfire after killing everything. Because I can now just go straight back and unlock it and show you guys what Grey Rat is.
Yep.
I'm an adult, Nate.
You are an adult. So what?
It's borderline sometimes, but
So we checked. Well, I'll ask this question first. We're in the beginning of the game. Some people don't make it out of this part of the game, right?
it's very common.
But
that
if
they don't.
someone ever decides to like watch a Dark Souls 3 Let's Play, they probably see this, and whether they continue watching past or not, they've at least seen this area. And so here's my question: like, How did you discover Dark Souls? What happened? Did you have a friend introduce it to you?
I had my friend Grayson introduce me to it, and basically he's like, Brandon, play the game. I'm not gonna tell you anything. So I just struggled my way past.
So he was
Grimbeard.
just like, here's this game I think you'll like. Play it. It's hard. I'm not gonna help you.
Initially, and then after that, he's like, hey, now I'm gonna carry you through the game and not teach you how to fight anything. And so I went through the game thinking I was hot stuff, and then I started playing New Game Plus solo.
By yourself, yeah.
And it just ended in me getting curb stomped repeatedly.
Yeah.
Until I got good. That's how you get good at this game. You just get curb stomped repeatedly until you become better. Alright, let's talk to Grey Rat.
You learn from failure, yeah. Grey Rat's a good guy.
And judging by the bell. Oh.
Yeah, so in my case, I'm trying to remember how I discovered Dark Souls. I'd played, I knew what Dark Souls was. I knew the meme, like, oh, this game is hard like Dark Souls. Like, you know, someone would
This is the Dark Souls of X
someone
genre.
would be playing like an old NES game or like an old PS1 game and be like, this game is the Dark Souls of PS1 games. And I'm like, okay, for real, like, calm down. Also, I don't know what that game is. But I'd seen someone play the first one, I think, before, like, maybe some random, like, 2 minutes of a live stream or something. But, like, I didn't know much. But one day, my brother sat me down and was like, yo, dude, I want to see you play this game. I want to see how you'll react. And so he, like, pulled me into his garage room and turned on Bloodborne on the PS3.
Oh,
And I think I played for about 2 hours, and I ended up getting very frustrated. And
yeah.
I
One of the best items in the game, by the way.
the lower your health gets, the better you
less
are.
damage you
Yeah,
take.
pretty good.
There's also a red tear stone ring you don't get till later in the game. The lower your health is, the more damage you do.
Which is kind of the opposite, but pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so if you have both of those on, and then there's a couple other rings you can pair with them, there's players that will they have builds where they purposely make themselves at 1 HP.
Oh, so...
And then apply a whole bunch of buffs.
Super strong. That's awesome.
Yep,
so
and then you get a miracle
You're not
call.
going to fight these guys? You really think you can make it to the shortcut?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta not die against this blue guy, though.
One second. I just realized you're right.
Oh, that's smart. So Embers, what they do is they give you your humanity back, but they also will like extend your health bar. The problem is, even though you have more health bar, and they do heal you in the case you're out of Estus.
Well, now enemy players can invade.
But
me.
now you can get PvP, yeah, which can be frustrating, but also really rewarding sometimes.
In my experience, it's rewarding more than frustrating.
I enjoy it,
Even if you get clapped pretty hard.
I tend to play. I tend to always play with a number on, personally, just because I enjoy the health. Yeah, often what I'll do early game is if I remember making like a build. I remember I was doing a strength build once, and I only upgraded to.
I'll come back for
20.
him.
I got like my health to 20, and then I just used an ember, and then didn't upgrade my health until I had got my strength all the way up to 50. And I just played through like half the game like that, just because, you know, if you're more experienced and learn to dodge and all that kind of stuff, it just doesn't matter as much. So.
Wait, these messages can lie to you?
Can lie to you? Yeah.
Shortcut ahead.
That's actually a
shortcut.
shortcut.
That's
good.
correct.
Good job, man. Yeah.
Thanks for being a
But
homie,
yeah,
dude.
Scott introduced me to Bloodborne. He was like, I want to play this game with you. I just want to see what you'll think. And so I sat down and played with him, and this is a great ring too.
It's a one and done though.
Yeah, so the way it works is if you die, you don't lose your souls, but the ring breaks and you can never use it again.
Boom!
And so this is a
From the
case
top
of
ropes.
Brandon's got a good amount of souls for this level, and this is a really hard enemy, so he doesn't want to...
Actually, I just put it on to fill space. I'm not worried about this guy in the slightest.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Normally, he's
generally-
really tough.
Generally, if you have a lot of health, you'd want to You'd want a lot of souls, and like you're in a tough situation. You'd want to put that on to make sure you don't lose them.
I'm just kind of cocky right now. I will be punished, by the way. This game is great at punishing stupidity. Let me just clarify that now. If you're stupid and cocky, you will get punished every time.
So there are some dudes in this area, but a lot of what you'll find in this game is sometimes you, like as you go through an area, sometimes you find new bonfires, but also what happens is you'll find shortcuts. So what this is this door he's about to open is going to activate an elevator that will, the elevator's already there, so you just go up and unlock the door. And now what will happen is he has a shortcut back to the first bonfire in the area.
Wait, what?
You don't want to turn on sticky keys again, be careful.
Nah, it's fine.
There you go. Yeah,
And
so
then-
this is an area, this is the first place he went to.
Oh, I did rest at a bonfire, didn't
So
I?
now he's got a shortcut.
Hi, sir. I'm telling you, man, I missed the opportunity to, like, really give this guy the beans. Alright. And if all of you are wondering, yes, this does look familiar, because it leads you back up here.
Yeah.
I am not
You're
committing
not
to that.
resting? You're not going to go rest?
No, I don't need to. Oh, mate! Oh! Oh! I might need to now. No!
Oh my goodness.
Good thing I was running that ring, huh?
You want to equip it? Oh no. Okay. So you want to go?
So
level
that
up.
is that is Dark Souls in a nutshell.
That is Dark Souls. Sometimes you play great and then something like that happens. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That was deserved.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that was very well deserved.
Move back to the high wall.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Oh, you're not gonna go back to the Fire Link Shrine?
Why would I?
I like 8,000 souls, man. This is early game. That's like 5 level ups.
So
Hey.
I.
Oh, Brandon. Oh, never mind. I forget I said anything. My brain's not working.
I have a system. I have played the beginning part of this game so many times. I'll ember up in a minute.
Yeah. And there's a specific, like, thing there's specific things I want to show them when we get down this elevator that you need embers for. So,
Okay. Oh yeah, like summoning.
yeah.
Give me your axe. I want your axe from my strength build, please.
Yeah, so you be real careful when you come up here. If that elevator is, and elevators don't reset, like, so you need to make sure to pull them back up, because if you die and the elevator was on the ground and you come back and expect there to be an elevator, there won't be, and you'll fall to your death.
This is
You
a
lose your
trick
souls.
I do for all elevators, just as a general premise. Stand on the edge when it's fully down, step on the pressure plate, and walk off.
Yeah.
Now, if I die again, it'll be up there waiting for me.
Yeah. So you just got to remember to do that. Don't be lazy. You just got to remember to step on that every time you leave instead of just running away. So.
I'm not being lazy.
No, I was
just
just saying in general. Like
Oh.
that's been my
Gotcha.
excuse. Is like, oh, why don't
I thought you
step
were
on that?
warning me not to leave that guy alive.
No. That's not what I was saying.
Okay.
We good, man.
We cool.
So you should find Lion Knight Albert over here.
I'm going to summon Lion Knight Albert and the Swordmaster later on.
So Lion Knight Albert is wearing the Faram armor from, which is the box art set from Dark Souls 2.
This is the guy I want to become.
It's thought that like the design on his helmet is referencing Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder's first son, also known as the Nameless King. Possibly. Theories.
Go kill him, Albert.
Get him. Yeah. So normally,
Albert gets clapped.
you can summon. Like this is how you play with other players. There's this phantom system. So when you have an ember up, you can like put a thing on the ground that someone can go find and activate for you to play with another player. But the way the game also works is that you can play with, there are certain NPCs you can summon that will just assist you. So this is Albert. He's just a random dude who you found, and he's going to help you kick some butt.
Should I summon the Swordmaster or another actual player?
You should have Albert help you fight the blue man first.
Oh, yeah. Well, Albert's going to make it actually harder.
Because when you summon someone, even though you have like a second person, which makes it harder for the enemy to fight you,
Bloodstains.
it does make it so the enemies have like twice the health.
Bloodstains show
you
you
were
how
just
other
invaded.
people died.
You were just invaded. You wanna fight that guy?
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah. So this
he's got high level
this
gear.
is another player who he thinks you didn't see him. Yeah, this is another player who just like used an item
What an
to
absolute troglodyte.
join Brandon's game.
Okay,
And-
homie.
And he's got a lot
using
of health,
Cestus.
and that which are like punchers. I thought it was. Yeah, I honestly don't want to say it. I always read it as Cases.
Okay. He also has like no honor.
There's a Brandon taught me what it means to be polite in Dark Souls.
And this guy is not that.
Get him, Albert.
He's gonna kill Albert.
Which is just how it is, right? So
Yeah, I'm gonna heal up real quick. This guy's not honorable, so I am not playing by honor rules.
yeah, normally whenever someone invades, you just wouldn't drink any Estus. You'd get to full health and then not drink anything, right?
Oh my gosh, what level is this guy? He's gonna destroy me no matter what I do here.
Brandon, I believe in you.
He's kind of bad though.
I believe in you, Brandon. I know you can beat him. Oh, there goes Albert. Get him. Catch him in that stun lock. Yeah, I know you got this guy.
He's kind of bad.
There you go. That's it.
All right. He's really bad for
Yeah,
a
and so
player
now
of that
you
level.
get souls from it, right?
Yeah. So you
Oh,
get
not
like
a lot, but-
a little bit, like a percentage of his total souls he's carrying. That guy was really bad. Like, I'm not trying to be disparaging or
It
mean.
might just be new. You don't know. I mean,
How did he get that
You've been
high
playing
level
this game
gear?
for a long time. So, to finish my story, so
Oh,
that way
shoot.
we can get on to the next topic. Scott was like my brother, who y'all will meet soon. He was like, hey, I want you to play this game with me. And so he introduced me to Bloodborne, and I played for like 2 hours and got very mad.
Okay.
And so I'd like known about Dark Souls, and I'd played Bloodborne. I didn't know they were connected in any way. But one day, when I was in the 8th grade, I think, I had switched to homeschool that year. And I walked out of my room early one morning. It actually wasn't early. It was probably like 11. I'd probably gone to bed at way too late of a time. And I came out of my room at like 11. Like, my parents were at work, and I'm all, like foggy-eyed and tired. And I go, and I don't have my glasses on, and I just see him playing this game on the TV. Because he moved his PS4 into the living room. He worked nights back then, and so he would...
This is when he used to work grocery?
Yeah, he would come home from work, and are you going to go up the stairs?
Oh yeah, I gotta go
the
talk
lady?
to the old
Yeah.
lady, yeah.
So he would come home, and for a few days, I would wake up, and he'd be playing this game, and it was Dark Souls 3. And I don't know, I'm assuming either you or Grayson had introduced him to it as well.
Probably Grayson.
But he would go and... early dancer, do it now.
No.
But
Bad.
but he was playing that game, and I just remember watching it and being like, man, this looks really cool. And I think eventually I saw some like Let's Plays and was like, man, I want to try this for myself. So like maybe 2 years later, I finally downloaded it and tried it, and started having a lot of fun with it. And I remember I'm really enjoying it. Okay, I died and lost all my souls because I didn't understand what to do, and like boom, rage quit. But I proceeded to play Dark Souls 3 a lot more and get more interested in it. And eventually one week I was really, really sick. I think it was in 2019. I was really sick. Some of the sickest I've ever been. And I had like started playing Dark Souls. Like had started a new DS3 run, which I'd yet to beat it. So it was like I came back to it after probably having only played the game for a total of like 11 hours.
Do I put it on?
And that's up to you, man.
Well,
I know.
Won't it randomly summon me?
I always save myself for a certain covenant, but
I personally love the Grave Diggers.
the Grave Diggers.
Yeah, the Grave. What are they called? The ones where like you take people's fingers and use them.
Oh, Rosaria's fingers.
No, not Rosaria's fingers. What am I thinking of? It's the
Mountain Makers.
yeah, Mountain Makers.
Mountain Makers are cool because you can be a friend or an enemy.
Yep. And the
Yeah.
amount of people I've killed in absolute scumbaggery.
I'm always a Sunbro or a Mountain Makers guy. So this is the Swordmaster. you wouldn't be able to summon him if you didn't defeat him at the end of the game. So that's at the beginning of the game. So that's kind of the purpose for summoning this guy, is he's going to help you fight the first boss. The first boss outside of Gundyr.
Yeah, this is the first actual boss in the game that is not Gundyr. Another thing, it's something to keep in mind when you're playing, is every single enemy in the game is weak to a certain element type and or... Oh, we got dark in here.
I'll fix it.
Nice.
Keep going.
Every enemy is weak to a particular element type. This guy specifically, Vort of the Boreal Valley, is weak to lightning. So I will showcase that. Show you the difference between if you hit him normal and if you hit him with lightning damage. But homie is terrible looking. Shut up and go on a diet, Vort. Anyways,
Wow.
I don't like Vort. I think he's one of the most boring bosses. So see, that's without the lightning. Now if I come over here, let Sword Master take a little aggro from me, and then I'll show you what it does with lightning.
I think Vort's got a great song though. So.
He does. So yeah, lightning doubles your damage output per hit.
Against him. Because he
And-
can do it.
So again, just remember, distance is not safety here. With Vort, like, his legs have a hitbox for damage, but it's not crazy.
Alright, everything's back. We're working again. Great.
The thing with this guy is his hitbox is kind of big in the back. Honestly, he's not doing his charge, which is kind of sad. Charge me, so I can showcase what to do about it.
Yeah. So Gundyr, not Gundyr, Vort is, for a lot of people, like, they'll breathe past Gundyr and then get really stuck on Vort. And for some people it's the opposite. But he's a, he's a great example. Like Gundyr, he shows you how the pattern that every Dark Souls boss is going to follow, which is when you get their health down halfway, they go into a phase 2. And they become more difficult, right? There you go.
He's gone.
He's beat.
Let's
Boss
see.
number 2.
I did it!
Down.
I love people
Victory.
celebrating victories. Time for
All right.
death.
You're not gonna light that bonfire at all?
I will. I'm just reading messages. I am
I'm sorry.
celebrating
I'm trying
other
I'm trying
people's
to mess you,
victories.
game.
Hey guys, I need to rush and hurry through the game, okay? We
yeah.
go fast here. I'm a speedrunner.
So this, you had to go talk to that lady because she'll give you an item.
Wait, I thought I said pee over the cliff, not here.
No, but he went and talked to the lady and got this banner that will let him go to the next area.
This is one of the best parts about Dark Souls, by the way.
Just look at that. It's pretty. Yeah.
Raise the banner.
We lift our banners high.
By the way, I like we just met this old lady. She's like, hold up a banner so you can go here. And you're just like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And so that's what you're doing, and these freaky
And-
things show up.
Then you hold the banner and you're like, this is like a vampire thing?
I don't know, but
And you just trust them.
it makes me uncomfortable.
They're
That's
creepy.
for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna let them carry me now.
Yeah.
How do you imagine your player character talks?
I don't imagine they talk much at all.
But when they do talk, like in my head,
Probably not like that.
my headcanon is they talk like that. Like,
Da, da, da. I'm you guys. I do what I'm told because mommy said so.
So this is what is known as a bonfire of convenience. Like just past that gate there is another bonfire, but the reason they set that bonfire right there where you were is because if you didn't light it and you wanted to get to this specific area and like hadn't gone through those gates, then you would have had to watch the cutscene again. And so this is just a bonfire of convenience.
I do this every single time. By the way, I have not rested at a fire.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. And in fact, I'll tell you when I normally go back to the undead. What the heck? Free
Back.
camera's rough.
I mean back to the back to
Yeah.
the fire.
Oh, this is bad. What the heck? Stop it. Why are you so fast?
Gotta go fast.
What? It went through him. You see that?
Gotta work on your range, Brandon.
I'm used to a different weapon.
So there's an NPC over here, and an
Yeah.
item. I normally don't like mess with this guy just because I'll like let him come back to my shrine, but I don't.
He gives you
really care
the
for
best
his
ending in
quest
the
line,
game.
So, well, that's your opinion.
Do you know the lore about these guys and why they are the way they are?
They're pilgrims.
Oh.
Yeah. They've like journeyed here.
Alright, crybaby.
It's kind of like
Can you get a look at his face? No. Yeah, like stuff like this really makes you realize just how like grim Dark Souls really is.
yeah, and that's something that a reason I appreciate this game more than the first and the second game is the first game and the second game have a lot more stuff in it that just like is genuinely dark and like uncomfortable. I think like sometimes it gets a little too creepy and grim for me, and this one doesn't walk that line as much. It's a little more just like your standard medieval fantasy with some hints of like undead and like abyss in it, which is interesting, and it's still very much Dark Souls, but
it is very grim. Dark,
I'll play this game many times versus like this normal dark fantasy game many times versus like, oh, Dark Souls 1, I'm literally depressed because it's just there's some freaky stuff.
Do I save these guys or do I let them die and get their souls?
I always just let the other dudes handle it, man.
Oh, hi, I went through a little... Yeah, kicked.
So this next area he's in is the Undead Settlement, which you're constantly going from
Anyways.
old area to new area in Dark Souls, and they all look different, all have different bosses, all have different themes. In this case, it's this is like the town at the foot of the high wall of Lothric, where people don't do it, Brandon.
But it says to jump off.
Don't trust them.
There has to be treasure there, guys.
Don't trust
There's a
them.
message that says it.
Don't trust them. Man.
Yay! Oh.
So, there
That's
you
why you
go.
don't-
That's what happens when you die.
You don't
you
trust
die
us.
shows up and
I think they've
you're
seen
brought
me
there.
die. Oof.
Did you die already?
Recover lost souls.
Yeah, you fell down the elevator, but we were
Yeah.
too busy laughing about it.
So stupid. Alright, actually,
Yeah.
there's multiple ways to get back to the Firelink Shrine. If you're nowhere near a bonfire, you have these items called Homeward Bones. Use it.
Homeward bound.
You have two options: Shrine Bonfire or Bonfire Last Rested At.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the shrine. Basically, if you enter a boss fight and you didn't mean to enter a boss fight and you're like, oh, I don't have the healing to deal with this, just use one of those.
Use a homeward bone and it'll take you out of there. Yeah, later in the game you'll get an item that works the same way, that is that is you have infinite uses of.
Correct.
But in this case it's just the homeward bone.
Sell item. At what point does Patches appear? Now
He appears either after you go into the tower or after Sigurd gets put in the well.
got you.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is informational. Every time you kill a boss, you get their boss soul.
Mm-hmm.
The boss souls are the only ways to get boss items.
Yeah. First of
So,
all, they
if-
do give you a lot of souls to sell them, but what we're saying is like
Don't sell
if you
it.
don't sell them, later in the game, like very soon, you can use boss souls to get boss items, which are like very like rare and very strong and pretty interesting, right? That's up to you, bro. I assume there's that one specific. Oh, you don't have enough strength for it.
Dex. It's Dex that I'm
That's
limited
dex.
on.
Oh, okay.
But
I assume
for the
there's
military.
there's one specific item I know you love using that I know you're saving that soul for.
Oh,
So,
100%.
do you want to show them Little King?
Yeah, the dude up top.
Yeah. So this dude is like the only Lord of Cinder who answered the call to come link the fire.
Whoops, I went to the
And
wrong
so he, having linked the fire before, is on his throne, and it hurt him so bad, right? Like he has no legs and stuff, and he's all tiny and undead now. But he's somebody who linked the fire before, pretty much.
Lidlith is a bro.
Yeah, and he's the guy you go to upgrade your boss weapons. To buy boss weapons, not to upgrade them. But the thing is, we just don't have the item yet that lets you use them.
Correct.
But they cost a boss soul.
And then maybe some extra souls on top of that.
Depending on what they are. Yeah, some of them are real expensive and some aren't. Yeah, so this kind of leads into my next question, but I discovered Dark Souls when I was, like, I eventually got introduced to it and had started playing Dark Souls 3, and then one day I was sick, like I said, and over that, like, week that I was the sickest I'd ever been in my life, I spent 50 hours playing through the entire game. That's how long it took me. I was playing on PS4, and I started a new run and like finished the final boss. I didn't have the DLC at this time, so I finished the final boss, and like it took me 50 hours to play through the first game. And that kind of leads to my next question. Like, you've on Steam, I think it says you've logged like 660 hours into this game at the time of filming this video. You know, I've logged, I think,
too many hours.
Probably like 80 on Steam and like 80 on PlayStation. I've played like 30 hours of Dark Souls 1. I played like 30 hours of Bloodborne. I played Dark Souls 2. Like, my point is, like, we both have played a lot of, you more than me, obviously, with specifically this game, but we've spent, like, we both like these type of games. We both like this game a lot. But, like, why? Like, here's my question to you and me. Like, what is it about Dark Souls that you like? Like, why do you like these kind of games?
I don't normally like these kind of games. That's the thing. Like, I am a huge Counter-Strike guy, honestly. What I like about specifically Dark Souls 3, is it is super rewarding.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of risk reward that can be very satisfying.
But also, like, it 100% behooves you to learn. Like, if you learn, and what the heck? How did they not die? Whatever. Let me see. Ready? Kobe.
You have great aim.
Kobe. And I'm free aiming it. I'm not even.
Yeah. That's great.
But yeah, the thing with this is if you take the time to learn patterns and learn how things work, you just do well. Hi, friend. I'm glad you didn't have a great sword, because you would have lit me up. Oh, also, now that I'm not fighting an enemy weak to lightning, I can unequip that. Alright.
So that's like your biggest thing for you is you don't normally play these kind of games, but you really enjoy the risk reward in it and stuff.
Well, I appreciate how it rewards you for taking the time to learn.
And okay.
That really appeals to me.
And honestly, that's like the same reason that's part of the reason I really love these games, but that's kind of the same reason I love Counter-Strike specifically, is because Counter-Strike is a game where, like, you no matter what weapon you have, no matter what situation you're in, there's always a chance you can win the fight. Like, you don't get, like, your character doesn't get better, you get better.
Yeah.
And so in the case of Dark Souls, your character does get better, but if you're good enough, you can play through the game having and never upgrade your character and still win. Like, if you learn the bosses, if you learn the enemies, if you challenge yourself in that way. And so that's part of the reason, like, I love it a lot, is because I like to be challenged, and that's kind of why this is a game I play often whenever I'm sick, is because I played it that first time I was really sick, and as I got better, as I fought through my, cold, like, I got better at this game. And so I kind of always think, like, man, I'm not feeling good, like, but I still want to push myself. Gaming is fun for me, but I also want to push myself with the kind of games I play. Like, I want to play difficult games. I want to challenge myself. I want to grow in skill as a gamer, right?
Dude, I am, like, playing the Matrix out here. This is nuts.
And there's other things, like, I don't love about these games specifically. Like, they got cool stories. Their stories are really good, but it is really hard to discover and that's kind of its thing. Like, you have to read item descriptions and watch, really dedicated YouTubers to like learn about the stories.
The only other way to do it naturally is you just read item descriptions and like extrapolate based on an obscure line that an NPC said,
which is just no fun.
By the way, this is one of the I hate this area when I first played because that trap is total BS. It gives you the worst soul item reward in the game.
Yeah.
But there's like 6 enemies, one that sits right behind this rock. They just ambush and kill you. Anyways, continue.
No, but like that's just it. Like I like the gameplay. I like the. This is friendly. Yeah.
This is a secret friendly NPC, and you have to talk to this guy and be friendly with him. Right? And this guy low-key tells you that the next enemy is also friendly. And by doing this is the only way to join the Mound Maker's Covenant.
It's not the only way. There is one other way, but like this is the easiest way. And
what's the other way?
It's a later game thing. Like you can be summoned by an NPC to go summoned by an NPC to help them fight someone. And if you don't do that, don't do this or don't do that, then you can't get the
it's an exclusive
get it until like NG Plus or whatever.
Yeah, it's an exclusive club.
Yeah. Most times I played this game, I never knew this is how this worked, so I always just fought that guy.
Really?
Yeah. No, I always was like, what's this dude rattling on about his grandma? Like, what are these 9 dudes in this cage talking about their grandma for?
It's
Nana carries his cage.
Nana's cage.
So I think he threw you off the cliff.
Yeah.
Into the
There's
whatever
a bro down here.
bone pit. And
He's
that's
not really a bro. He's a psycho.
Hodrick.
Yeah. He's a psychopath.
Oh,
yeah.
you're not gonna fight him though, right? We'll fight him later. But we want to join the club.
I could join the club and then fight him.
Well, he's gonna show up later anyway, right? He
Hi,
looks
Hodrick.
cool though. I like his sword.
He does look really cool.
Well, what's happened? This pit is for hollows, not for the mercifully sane folk. Or perhaps you are a hollow. Those
Yeah, if you hit him right now, he'll go, "I knew you were hollow."
Yeah.
So no, you're not. Oh, you're just lying to him. Wow.
Yes, then we're just fine. It's important to know who you are. But we're all being soon enough. And you to be undead. Well, almost so. Beware. The shackle, you might need this. Come, please.
Oh,
See?
Brandon. You're fighting Hodrick. If you kill him here, does he invade you in the rest of the game?
Absolutely.
Oh, he still does.
After the fire.
Yes. He also one-shots you. I forget. He's really powerful.
Smart man.
I just realized my souls are now down there.
Yep.
So I cannot get those
You
back
can't get those back. Yeah.
until I get through the boss.
And yeah, that's just how it is.
Okay.
But you got the Mountain Maker's Covenant. Which,
I
for
did.
you achievement hunters, you'll want that. I'm personally a Sunbro, but Mountain Makers is cool.
You can't get Sunbros until a little bit.
Sunbro's
later.
real
no, you
close,
can get it
so,
in
yeah.
you can get it here.
We're about
Give me your pitchfork. I want to use it to kill
10
people.
minutes away from getting the Sunbro.
Not even, bro.
Well, depending on which way you go.
Oh, that's bad. Oh no, I fell by accident. Alright, stop. Give me your hat. I want your hat, because it's cool. Alright, I'm leaving.
Yeah, Dark Souls is a very interesting game. Like, you can play it so many different ways, and it's almost entirely skill based. And so I just really appreciated that I can play this game not only multiple different ways, but I can, like challenge myself with a game. Like get out of my comfort zone gaming wise with this other game, and the story's cool, the risk reward's cool. It just overall.
Oh, that hit me?
And like Dark Souls 3 specifically, and I'd also say Bloodborne are just an experience I really enjoy. They're cool games. That's the same sword Hodrick had, right?
No.
At least similar. The blade is doing that weird, like, safety scissors
Where it's,
thing
like,
that
serrated.
Hodrick's sword was, yeah. It's like safety scissors.
Hodrick uses the Sword of Hollows, I believe. That was just a claymore, with the Thrall was using.
No, but Claymore's not serrated. That's a different thing.
I'm gonna get this bonfire, and then
And it's
I
not
will...
as why. Yeah, there's a bonfire down here. There you go.
Oh, that hit me. Alright. Titanite Shard, upgrade material. Let's go. Sup, nerd?
So, this is the third area of the game. Brandon, you got a favorite area?
My favorite zone?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I actually don't know.
Well, let's start here. Least favorite.
My least favorite?
Yeah.
Probably the Cathedral of the Deep.
Oh, really?
Not a fan. I really enjoy... do DLC zones count, or do you want just base game?
I don't know the DLCs very well, but you can count them.
I really enjoy the Ring City.
That's your favorite, you'd say?
Possibly.
Here is a good friend, the guy who teaches you how to be a fire wizard.
Welcome to my abode.
Pyromancy.
I am Cornix. Hello.
So the lore behind Dark Souls is that, like, basically, you know, way before Dark Souls, there was a PS3 exclusive game called Demon Souls, and it was made by From Software, and they made Demon Souls, and when they were developing Demon Souls 2, they decided, we don't want this to be a PlayStation exclusive, we want to make it on for Xbox and Nintendo, right? Not Nintendo, just
Thanks,
for
Holmes.
also Xbox, and PlayStation was like, well, you can't call it Dark Souls then. And so you can't call it Demon Souls then, so they changed the name from Demon Souls 2 to Dark Souls. But it's theorized that, like, they're still technically in the same universe, because at the end of Demon Souls, there's, like, 2 endings you can go with, and, like, the bad ending results in the world getting covered by fog. And so Dark Souls starts, like, in this world covered by fog, pretty much. There is, you know, like, no like, light or anything like that, and eventually these hollows, these guys find fire and find the first flame, and the first guys to find it, you know, like Nito and Gwen and all these guys become like the old gods, and from them, you know, comes like light and life and humanity and magic and all that stuff. And one of them was named the Witch of Izalith, and she's who pyromancy comes from. So basically the way pyromancy works is she gave her flame, she taught someone else how to use the fire, and she, like, passed her flame on to someone else while also still having hers. And so the thing is, like, every pyromancer has been taught by someone else and has learned from them and has taken their flame. And so you getting taught by Cornix is like, oh, you know that this fire dates all the way back to one of the old gods of the, like, first
Oh my gosh!
You just got wrecked.
I just got stun locked, is what happened. Alright,
Which-
stop for a second, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Good
dude.
grief,
Come
I
on.
can't.
They're little guys.
Bro, I can't move. Alright.
Come on, you have no health. Don't fight them.
I have no choice. They're gonna chase. They chase. Oh, now you're gonna stop? What the heck? Alright,
You
get
cut
out of
it
here.
so close there, dude.
Bro, that was so dumb. Alright, I got his axe, not his hat. I'm mad. Dude, that was so dumb.
They have good hats. I like this. Yeah.
Um,
Time to unlock the best covenant in the game.
Are you gonna make me equip it?
Praise the sun. And praise the sun. Right? That's the meme, guys.
Over here.
And that thing-
Imagine if I was still low, I'd die there.
No, you died. Oh no. Yeah.
Alright. I'll do
Boom.
this just
Warrior
for
Sunlight. Every DS1 fan rejoices. Every person who only knows Dark Souls because of the memes, you're about to be real happy right now.
Solaire may have died, but his legacy carries on. Because he is the Sunbro.
You can find his armor somewhere in this game. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, no. So how you do it is you have to help enough people and for the Sun's Covenant, and then you sacrifice them at the altar.
Oh,
then-
the
You
like
guys armor
marks
that
of
way.
having helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not people. We don't sacrifice people. That's,
Sunlight
that's not
mark.
okay.
I mean, that happens in this game too. So this area is kind of interesting. There's like a lot of little like hidden groves and places for things to be.
Mhm.
So don't neglect that.
Yeah. But you know, Dark Souls is very weird in the sense that like there's very few cutscenes. There's very few, like the story is so hard to discover, but you know there's still super cool areas and little things you can learn. But as for like my least favorite and favorite area,
Bro,
for sure my least favorite used to be Irithel Dungeon.
dude, that is not how that is not how the AI is supposed to function. I say AI loosely.
The CPU.
CPU, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That is not how they were supposed to function. That was insane.
Yeah. No, yeah, Irithel Dungeon used to be my least favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the like profane capital either. But,
Actually, I enjoy it.
I would have to say
As a
now
strength.
after having played more, like my least favorite would
I
have
need
to
you
be
fall, please.
probably
Come towards me.
just go up there and fight him, bro.
I am not fighting her on a narrow
They
catwalk.
I've never had her fall for me. I've always gone up
I
there.
hate fighting her on such a narrow catwalk like that.
Gotta go get that little guy before he runs away.
Oh, I missed the jump though.
It's fine. You
He's
can
gonna
come back.
run away
You
no
can
matter
come back.
what I do. Oh, one shot.
There you go.
Get wrecked, scrub.
Get some gems.
I'm being chased, aren't I?
He won't follow you all the way. So a rule I play with, and Brandon pretty much does too, is to like at least kill every enemy once. That's the wrong area. You're thinking about the other.
Where am I going?
You have to go one more building down.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So that's just a challenge I hold when I play these games. It's like I want to have killed
Alright,
every enemy
I'm
at least one time.
I'm just gonna.
and we're good. All right, there's a bonfire.
I was trying to get that item, and I'm just like, I'm not fighting it
Yeah.
right now. Alright. Rest. Get my Estus. I'm gonna pop an ember so you guys can see me get wrecked again.
Fight Hodrick. This Hodrick is a lot easier than the other one. It's the same guy, but he decides to go a little easier on you for some reason.
He doesn't go easier. His moveset's the same. He just has less health.
Yeah. And does less
Come on,
damage.
Hodrick. It's okay. Come on, Hodrick. Get over here, you cheese nub. Alright.
Yeah, he doesn't do as much damage.
That is true. Unless he does the charge attack on you like he's trying to do.
Very, what's
Stop
the
that.
word? Like, it's very clear to tell when he's trying to do that, though. Oh,
Hey,
he's gonna
what are you
parry
doing, bro?
Oh, man. That's the worst.
Yo, he's actually
getting
like...
parried in the middle of a combo or something.
Oh, he has more poise than me. Alright, bro. Get out of here.
Good dodge.
Hodrick is actually kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. Hey! You
Hey,
dishonorable
you can do that
cow.
too, bro.
No, I won't, though.
You probably won't need to.
You should be out of stamina, bro. What? What? Alright, bro, whatever. Alright, cool, bro.
Come on, man. Get him, get him.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Just don't let him parry you.
He has so much health. You forget sometimes how chonky he is. There we go.
There you go.
He did not put down
Hodrick's down.
his healing orbital.
Nope, normally that happens. Normally I fight him in that building, though.
In the building?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
On the stairs, just because that's usually when I encounter him.
Oh, hi. We call this guy Gus. He's a little simple, but it's okay. We like Gus.
Like,
I got greedy. See, Gus is mad right now because he's up past his bedtime, so we're just gonna let him go to sleep.
yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
It was sleep. It was time for Gus to go to sleep. yeah.
I'm gonna have to skip past all these items because I did not do my favorite starting item. But
Yeah. Well, you can still do what I do and collect them, but it's dangerous. So there's this guy who shoots these great big arrows at you, and you can hear when they're about to come and all that stuff.
Hi, sir.
And you can see him too. But what happens is he's just constantly shooting arrows. And when you start the game with a young white branch, he won't shoot you. But in this case, because you didn't,
What
even if
the
you pick
heck?
one up, you're gonna get shot at until you go and like talk to him.
Bro, he wants me and I don't like it.
Yeah, so you're gonna get shot at arrows until you go talk to that guy, and it's you know, you can hear them and kind of learn the pattern, but it can for sure be
We'll
a
just
little
come
tricky.
back here later. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a important item down there.
Which one?
A dead bone shard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Super important. Too bad I'm not going to get it. Alright, for this one, I want to have...
Oh, are you just going in right now?
Yeah,
Wow. Going for the fight, bro.
after I do this first.
Opening the door.
Opening
Yeah, I normally open this door and go the other way and do the rest of the area before coming back to the boss fight.
Yeah.
But here is the boss number 4 of the game. It's a big tree.
4.
We fought Gunder. We fought Vort. This is boss number 3 of the game. Not 4. Forget I said anything.
Opening door. Hey guys, can you see possibly where the boss is? One of these things doesn't belong here.
One of these things has arms and legs and is moving. One of these things is covered in like
So
pus orbs.
the
like,
thing
I don't
about
know.
this guy, right? So I want to give an
Disease.
example. I'm gonna go hit his arm. Oh, look, I do 0 damage
Yeah.
because he's a giant tree.
But when you hit the white dudes, the little like pus things on him, he does
You
take
have
damage.
to break the sacks sitting around on his. Oh, I thought I rolled. Oh, ow, my friend. I'm just gonna.
Oh, he gone.
Wait, he kills friends too. He don't care. He's merciless. Where is the other sacks again? There's one on his grundle. There's one on his foot here. I guess. Oh, one shot.
Get him. Okay, he's
Oh,
gonna
get
drop.
out from
He's gonna
under
drop. You wanna get out of there? Yeah.
Come here.
This guy's song is crazy. We
kinda
talked about that
dumb.
earlier. Your favorite boss theme is
It's just Gundyr. It's so good. It's such a great like intro to the boss fights in the game. Oh no!
I
I'm
like
gonna die.
I like the Twin Princes.
Oh hey guys, look.
So if any of you are like, I want to listen to some cool Dark Souls themes, Brandon likes Gundyr, you like Gundyr, and I like the Twin Princes. So those are our favorites, for the record.
Where are his pustules on this one again?
I don't. They change, dude. And
Yeah, I
sometimes they're
remember.
there, and sometimes they're not there.
They're always in the same spot.
No, I'm saying like depending
right
on
there.
where you are in the fight, sometimes they if you broke it.
So there's one on his back.
sometimes
There's one
eventually it'll come
on like
back,
his
so.
leg. So the one on his back has kind of a weird hitbox.
And you gotta be careful because it'll do that thing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna heal while you're doing that.
Smart man.
There
There
we
you
go.
go. Now you can go hit the hand.
The hand actually does less damage than the pustules.
Boom. And now it's time to clean up. Here you go. That's the
Yeah.
curse rotted Greywood.
He's kind of an easy boss. He's a gimmick boss for sure.
Yeah, he can be really tricky. I had when I first played the game, I think I beat both Vort and Gundyr on my second try, but it took me about I probably bought the Curse Rider Greatwood like 7 or 8 times just because of the gimmicks that were hard for me to understand.
Hey Nate, would you be able to say that fighting him is not your forte? He's mad at me now.
That wasn't funny, and you know it.
It made me happy though.
It's not my forte.
Alright, so when you kill
Yeah.
the Cursed Rod of Greatwood, you get an item called the Transposing Kiln.
Mhm.
That is the item you bring to your homeboy over here.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, bro. Hey, I gave you the kiln.
Yeah. And he uses it to make boss items for you.
Correct.
But you have to give him souls. So.
Yeah, you have to give them the boss souls, which is why I said don't sell it. Now, you can begin transposing.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love this item. It
As
is
do I.
one of my favorite early game boss items.
It's a huge ice hammer.
And I'm actually gonna buy this too because I want them to see this item. It's so good.
You'll need to have higher decks to use it correctly, though.
Yeah, well, I'm
That's
about
for
to
the
go
record,
level
so.
up because look at my souls.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna come here. I'm just gonna sell any other items I got on me because it's gonna buff up my numbers. And I'm gonna try and get me to 30 strength and what was it?
18 decks.
I'm not gonna get that high, so I'm probably gonna get to like 14. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got.
that's everything. All right, so we can show him the hammer first.
Yeah. Which, here's the thing. If you don't quite have enough strength for an item, you can
Two-handed.
two-hand it to make up the difference.
Yeah, because if you use an item that you don't meet the strength requirement for, you won't be able to use it right. And it'll you'll be slow with it. You won't do as much damage. Your stamina will be more and more.
Another thing to keep in mind, when you look at items, so you have all across the screen here, you have like your attribute bonuses and your attribute requirements. That's how we're seeing what our stats need to be to use certain items. So like our attribute requirements, you require 30 strength just to hold this weapon effectively.
Yeah.
Then you have the attribute bonuses. You see it's a C right now and everything else is blank. That means this item scales damage-wise with your strength. So the more strength you have, the more damage this item will do.
Yeah. Another thing we brought up earlier is equip load. There are heavy items that make it so you can't dodge correctly. So you want to have, you're too heavy. Yeah. So you want to have at least 70% to do a mid-roll. So he needs to wear some different items in order to get his weight down. You still have too much, so you might want to either drop your shield or wear lighter bracelets. There you go. So that's enough. So now he can.
Yeah, but this is fashion souls, and let's be
There you
honest, it does not matter how much armor I got on.
The thing is with Dark Souls, like what you wear affects so little. Like I honestly always just wear what I think looks cool, and then just use whatever fun hammer I want to.
Let's be real, guys. I look fabulous.
I don't think you look horrible.
Yeah,
I
I look beautiful.
I think he looks a little funny, and that's okay.
I look beautiful. That's all that matters.
And you got a cool hammer. Are you actually able to upgrade that yet?
Oh, I didn't even look.
Because you had some
wait,
Tinkling
sorry.
Titanite from earlier.
Undead Bone Shard. I got
Let's
one.
go get that. No, you didn't get it yet. We have to talk to the man.
Yeah,
And
or I
park
could
it.
run back through the zone.
Yeah, and get shot at. So you also, we talked about how you talk to this guy to get, to reinforce your Estus Flask and to get gems, but you can also talk to him to upgrade your weapons.
Which I can upgrade once Grey Hammer.
because you have a Titanite scale. So now it's a +1, which means it's going to be stronger, do more damage, all that kind of stuff.
I don't have the souls required, but I think I could do it again. I'm
No,
not
you
sure.
don't have 2 Titanite scales.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I see.
2-0.
I forgot
Yeah.
where it was.
So you have shards, but not scales. They're different. And then Tweakling Titanite is magic-related items. Scales are for boss items.
Yeah. Which, this item's so good. I love its moveset, and it has a really good reach.
I like that, and then I like the Red Hammer, and then I really like Gale's Sword.
Was it Cliff Underside? I'm about to find out.
Yeah, it'd be
Because I
Cliff
cleared
Underside.
everything else, so we're moving quick.
Yeah. Hey,
Making
we
good
might
time.
make it through the
Might get to the
Through-
cathedral.
fight the Crystal Sage.
Oof.
Speed
My-
run to the Deacon.
My
the Deacons.
favorite
Yeah.
boss fight, the Crystal Sage.
Really?
I'm kidding. No, it's
No?
one of my least favorites.
It's super easy. Yeah.
Well, unless you're a strength build, then yeah. That's the strength of this hammer as compared to that axe.
Yeah. I really don't know why you don't like the Deacon's area though, because like I
just
never
don't
liked
enjoy it.
the Earthel dungeon, and I don't know that it's my least favorite anymore. I honestly don't know what my least favorite is, but like I learned to be okay with the Earthel dungeon. Maybe like the Poison Swamp isn't really any fun,
Yeah, actually, that I didn't think about.
but I
that
kind of like enjoy it at this point. Like I don't know, I just so far have not really liked any of the DLC areas, but I kind of am chill with all the ones from the
Yeah.
OG game.
I wonder what this says. Treasure ahead, but be wary of enemy. Yes. So yeah, as you guys can see, this hammer is just powerful.
The Grand Archives isn't very fun either.
You don't like the Grand I love the Grand Archives. They're
But
fun.
my favorite might honestly just be the High Wall. So.
Really?
And Irithal's pretty cool too. It's very pretty there.
Imagine not being able to one-shot those guys. Imagine not
I
being
don't
able
have to imagine. That was 20 minutes ago.
Imagine not being able to one-shot basic enemies.
Basic enemies. Yeah. So, we talked about favorite areas. We talked about favorite bosses.
Did we?
Did we? Let's talk about favorite bosses. Who's your favorite boss? Spoilers. You should know that there are spoilers going to this already. So
I'm trying to think, man. That's a tough one for me because, like, I really like the dancer.
So
it's a tough
This
fight.
is a question Brandon asked me earlier today. And my favorite boss fight and my favorite boss song, right, is the Twin Princes. But you asked what my least favorite is, and I don't know. What's your least favorite? Do you have one? A least favorite boss fight? One you dislike?
I am not a fan of the Crystal Sage. I know that seems silly. For some reason, it's like the anti-strength build, and that irritates me.
What do you mean by that?
It's just like if you're a strength build, the Crystal Sage is a really good counter to your build type.
Just because, like, you're too slow, or what?
It's just like it's super RNG based. It's not consistent, really.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that. You know? Yeah. There's a lot of like, it teleports around the arena and shoots you from 500 different directions.
Oh, yeah.
And if the boss decides to be more aggressive than normal or break its pattern, it's just like, it's impossible to guess.
Yeah, it can definitely be pretty difficult. I've never had too much struggle with her, but like I've seen other people really struggle with the Crystal Sage just with the I guess the RNG and stuff like that.
Sup, nerd?
Man, you just are hitting your way through this.
Oh yeah, once you get a strength weapon and you're confident, dude, it's just like, I'm gonna...
Are you gonna try to kick this guy? Or are you just gonna hurt him?
Leroy!
There he goes.
Nope. He lived. Give me your axe. Sup, nerd?
What if you could use that pot? Just
That would
fight
be,
with that
I
pot.
would love it. The best strength weapon in the
That'd be
game.
crazy. Boom, boom.
Dude, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
What this item's weapon skill, by the way, every weapon has a unique weapon skill.
Yeah.
This one's, it gives you more poise and you take less damage.
Which poise is like how much you have to get hit until you take hit stun.
Yep.
So if you have a lot of poise or like really heavy armor, then you can get hit a lot more until you take hit stun. You'll still take damage, but if your poise isn't broken, then you can continue to attack even when you're taking damage.
If you're doing a faith and strength hybrid build, by the way, his weapon is the best in the game.
And he's also a cool dude. What's his name of something of Karim? I don't remember. So I'm curious. So there's a like if you walk down this pit, it leads to an NPC who will teach you like cleric spells. Miracles is what they're called. But normally the way the game expects you to do it is go back to the Shrine Handmaiden and buy a key that you open that leads to a door you open in the sewers to go find her. But I always just drop down this way and ignore the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
This is it. You have to have a very specific amount of health. Oh, I just
I think
skipped a bunch
you
of
probably
battles.
have enough. It's fine. Let's just go through it, man.
Fine, I'm trying to let people. I want to make sure I'm max health
Yeah, you should
first.
be good though. Once you're
Nope.
not enough.
I need like one
Alright.
more HP.
Yeah.
So I think you need 17 vitality. I might be at 15.
Okay.
So my souls will show up at the top of that.
Yeah, which is fine because we'll just stomp through this area real fast.
As you do.
uh.
Also, I didn't really lose that many souls.
Where'd you just? Oh, okay, you spawned on there. Yeah, it was just 3,000, which at this point is still a level up, I believe, which is nice. So you have been talking a lot about strength builds. When it comes to games like this, like Dark Souls, Skyrim, action RPGs, like what is your go-to like play style? Do you have like a specific way you play the game, like a go-to build or something?
I think for games like Sky. Whoa, bro, they're all hitting. Oh, I might have made a mistake here. time my rolls better. Stop being predictable. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm gonna show you guys a great mechanic of this game.
Yeah, opening doors.
If you open a door, you are immune to all damage.
Cutscene.
Hi guys, I'm leaving.
Goodbye! Oh crap, I forgot. Sigurd. Hi Sigurd, you're gonna get messed up.
You'll be okay, right?
Well... Oh, thank you. Oh!
Don't hit him, don't hit him. Gotta be real careful. He just glitched out, bro. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's our good friend Sigurd.
Hi, Onion
My
Knight.
favorite NPC in the game. Sigurd, grandson of Siegmeyer
Yeah.
from Dark Souls 1. I think it's Siegmeyer. So yeah, our action RPGs. What's your go-to playstyle? You were saying in Skyrim.
It depends on the game.
Okay. So me with like Dark Souls and Skyrim and another great example is like Monster Hunter. Like my default go-to is like sword and board, like sword and shield, like no magic. Just give me armor, sword shield. I'll just be like a knight. And then if I eventually want to spec into something else, I will. So like my third ever playthrough of this game, I finally, like my first ever playthrough was Sword and Shield. My second playthrough I had a big sword, and then my third one I was like, okay, I'm starting Sword and Shield, and eventually I'll grab some pyromancy. Like,
So my first Dark Souls run, I did a quality build.
Okay.
I used the
which is strength and dex, like
Yep.
evened out. Yeah. Sword
in
and Shield,
Skyrim,
yeah.
my go-to is Stealth Archer.
Oh, that is most people's go-to.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Stealth Archer and Werewolf, right? Yeah. So there's this puzzle here. It's like you have this elevator that goes down. Where does it lead to? But if you remember when you came in, like he's trying to figure out how do I go upwards. But if you
Oh,
came in,
God.
you'll remember that the elevator, there was an elevator there that changed when Sigurd went downwards. So this,
Sigurd also magically teleports, by the way.
yeah. So this is an elevator that leads you up to this big guy up here, who is the guy shooting the arrows, and he's like, "Oh, you want to be friends? Great, I'll stop shooting arrows at you." So now whenever you're getting shot at, you won't take damage, and instead only the bad guys will, and he'll
Hey,
defend
look.
you pretty much.
The other thing about Dark Souls,
That's a huge bow.
you know what's amazing about this game, by the way? There's no loading screens.
That's true. Except
This
unless
is
you teleport.
one-
Unless
This
you
is
teleport,
one
yeah.
massive connected world.
Yeah.
So you could never rest at a bonfire, and from beginning to end of the game, for the most part,
Besides like certain cutscenes, maybe like you never see
Yeah.
a loading screen.
yeah, you can traverse from one point of the game all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah. There you go. So there's this little area up here. You figure out it exists because you hear Mr. Onion making some just wondering to himself. And there's a big fire demon up here, and we don't like those, so we're gonna kill him. Yep. And you specifically
great.
have an ice weapon, which is gonna be effective against him.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
Sigurd basically says like, "Oh, let's wait it out." But if you wait long enough, which I have, like, I've never had him go away. Maybe I just didn't wait long enough, but I'm pretty sure you have to go fight him. And once you aggro him, you'll see what's gonna happen.
Sigurd's like, bro, I told you to wait.
You should have waited, but I'll help you because I'm just the coolest.
It's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Catarina,
Boom!
by your side.
You get him, bro. Get him.
I don't need you, Sigurd.
Normally you would, but you have the really cool ice hammer.
I have like the most powerful early game weapon.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of like Dark Souls 1's Black Knight Halberd. Yeah, so you get a fire gem, which you can use to turn a normal to. You can have like
That was quite a performance.
Andre use that gem on like a basic weapon to make it do fire damage.
Yeah.
So,
We
yeah.
unkindled must put our duty, but for the moment, we must
So Sigurd gives
Yeah.
you like 3 things here, by the way.
Gives you
So he gives you
Siegbrow.
Siegbrow, which is
fight for
It's like
It's
it's
Estus, but
emergency
crappy.
Estus, yeah.
it's Estus but crappy.
But it also does a few. I think it helps with your stamina regen or whatever.
He's also a sunbro.
He is.
He gives you the toasty mode, which I am going to do
You
right
gotta
now.
get toast. Yeah, get rid of that point down.
Yeah. I'll show you guys that in a second. But he also does this.
He teaches you how to nap.
Yep.
Once his leg stops glitching. There you go. Oh, it's moving.
And he teaches you sleep.
Yeah. And he snores.
Okay. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. G. So I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna swap the Nazi salute here. Because that's what that looks like with sleep.
There you go.
And now, what I love about the emotes in this game, by the way, some of them like this. You sit here and you toast. Yeah.
There you go.
And then yeah. Great.
You toasted.
It's amazing.
A toasted toast.
There's a lot of items. Oh, that's a fun one. I just want to show you the move set this thing has. It's so fun. Oonga boonga.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It has the same rage as the axe, but your special ability is you just like go nuts.
That's crazy.
It's so fun. Oonga boonga. I am the Oonga da boonga. I Oonga boonga. It's so dumb. Also, if you didn't start as a warrior,
Now you got the gear.
you get their
Yeah.
gear here.
So you should be able to find the starting like gear from every other starting class in the game as you play throughout it. Like I know you can get the knight armor, which is kind of the default like kind of armor that because most people start as knights, right? And I think you get that specifically by having Grey Rat loot something for you, and then you can buy it from him. And we just found the warrior armor here. I think you get the thief armor from Patches or whatever,
Yeah.
who's an NPC you meet later. But yeah,
I think if you start as a thief, actually, he likes you. Also,
probably.
Patches really likes Grey Rat.
Yes, they were
They're friends.
old friends, but they both refused to admit it. Classic Patches.
Patches is a bro while simultaneously being an absolute turd.
Yeah.
There we go. The reach is so good. Alright, friend or foe?
I say friend.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh.
Kidding, it's still a foe. Because Dark Souls.
Yep. Get trapped.
Hi, friend. Oh, hi, friends. You're all dead.
Yeah, so here's actually this is kind of tricky up here, so I'll let you do this tricky stuff before I ask like a really deep question. So if you notice though, she set herself on fire, and because you hit her when she was on fire, you did more damage. Yep, pretty cool.
Backstab.
Get backstabbed.
And
Oh,
what?
she died.
How did she die?
She had already died. She was just stuck in an animation lock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, fashion. How heavy is her set? Oh, it's heavy.
Too heavy. Too heavy.
Don't worry. Here's what we're gonna do.
It's still all too heavy, Brandon.
No. All right.
Oh.
We're committed to this.
It's still too heavy. Oh, that's just enough. Okay.
Don't worry, guys.
You really wanted to wear that bad, huh?
I'm beautiful.
That's funny.
It's so dumb. I love it.
You get a ring
Yeah.
up here?
So when I first played this game, I had no idea how to get down from here.
Oh, really? Lowers.
Increases attack.
Honestly.
But this is the way you go. You run
I
up
don't
here and
actually want that. I was just doing it as a meme.
you can like drop down through this area.
Yeah. It's actually tricky. You can die very easily. Let's see. Is that enough?
Yeah.
There we go. So I do more damage now.
Because you're wearing the lightest stuff.
And actually, I think if you're heavier, you might take more fall damage. But I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on that.
Homeward Bones.
You get another one of the best.
Dude, I played Dark Souls 3 for probably about 90 hours
Just in
before
case.
I actually spent the time
Yep.
to figure out what a Homeward Bone was.
Really?
Yeah. And now they're like my favorite thing.
Calanthal
That is
ring.
a ring that you may never, like you might end up using that ring for the rest of the game. It's that good.
This one? The one I got?
The
Yeah.
Chloranthy ring, yeah. I'd
What
get,
do I wanna
I'd get rid of
replace
the blue. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. So it makes it so your stamina comes back faster.
Also, one of my favorite armor sets in the game, but it'll set me too high. What's the percentage to beef that one? 70.
But at that point, you might as well not use the flint ring, right? The flint ring.
Yeah, I think I'll replace the... Well, no, I want to do the damage.
I'm just saying, if you're using that because it's heavier, you're not going to do as much, right? But
Yeah. Here's the thing. I just love the Mira set.
That looks pretty cool. Boom.
Alright.
So you've pretty much explored this area, and now all that's left to do is go down the elevator, something we've yet to do. You fought the big rat, you fought the boss, you ran through everything, and now we're going to see what leads down the elevator.
Yep.
Let's go
I love
down.
that you could just kind of bully those guys by rolling into them. You're like,
Roll!
I'm not even going to fight you. I'm just going to run you over.
Roll!
I want to kill you, sir. Oh, wait. No, I don't have the health. That's right. I'll die. I'm at 11,000 souls again.
Hey.
Hey, yo. Oh, no! Almost went the wrong way.
Gotta go down.
Gotta go fast, fast, fast. I'm going to show you guys a thing here. Initially, normally I'd want to send the elevator back up. I am not doing that because I am never going back there again if I can help it.
Yeah, there's really no reason to go back.
Well, actually, there kind of is. I need to go get those items.
Oh, but you can go through
There's an
another
undead
bonfire.
bone
Yeah.
shard that's super
And-
good.
An outrider knight.
Oh, I didn't roll in time. Hi, friend. So, first thing you should always do with this guy, just go
Give
past
yourself
him,
some room.
open the door, go past him,
You'll make it a little cold, but that's okay.
and then ignite the bonfire.
Here you go.
Now, if you suck at the game like I do, right?
After 662 hours.
That
you
means
still
nothing.
stink.
Now you can fight him, and if you somehow lose your 1v1 with this guy, who by the way is resistant to the cold damage I'm dealing, meaning this weapon is what the heck?
You're still doing a lot of damage, though. You can beat him in 4 hits.
Well, because I have a lot of physical.
One more.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bro.
Take it down. He gives you a really cool sword. If you're going for more of a quality build, that might be worth investing in early game.
I think Irithel's great straight sword.
It leans a little towards dex, but it's
Yeah,
still
it's a-
pretty good.
more
It's
dex.
still you need more higher dex bonus, but it's still
Yeah.
quality. It takes off of strength and dex equally. So
Yeah.
yeah. The thing about
I'm gonna go back and get those items.
that
'cause I
guy
want that.
is he was something called an outrider knight. And if you notice, he looks a lot like Vord.
Vord.
He's like a little Vord.
Lore-wise, they're attached. And they were
lore-wise,
made
they're
by a
similar.
guy named Pontiff Sullivan.
Yeah. And so the whole thing is like, you'll hear a lot about Vord of the Boreal Valley, or the Irithyll Straight Sword,
your
or
DK
the
is
Dancer
super touchy.
of the Boreal Valley, or stuff like. Are you talking about on the keyboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, like certain things like that. But you'll see, you go to that area later in the game, and spoiler alert, all these ice items from Irithyll come from a place called Irithyll where it's snowy. Who would have known, right?
What?
Yeah. So, but it's cool. There's a lot of lore behind it. I won't get into it because, it has to do with a lot of bosses and like later game people that we haven't, that we're not gonna get to during this episode. But for the record, like, if you're interested in the lore, like, I don't know. Do you have any like Dark Souls YouTube channels you watch?
Nah.
No. Any people you?
It's funny.
would
I never
recommend
really
to
got
anyone,
into
or
lore, dude.
You just
I
always like the gameplay.
I always just like to play the game.
So
I know it's kind of lame, but
yeah, I haven't. I like the gameplay. I obviously watched some people play the games before, but like the one guy I would recommend if you are
that's where you get the
Interested?
cleric set. Ow.
in discovering more about Dark Souls, and I can't like, obviously, on any person I recommend, there is probably a content warning because you never know what someone has posted or what you're about to watch, right? But the like most popular Dark Souls YouTuber is a guy named, or his YouTube channel name is Vati Vidya. I will
The
tell
best
you
weapon in the game.
how to spell that.
Going back to the
That
shrine.
is VAATIVIDYA, and he is like the
He's the lore
go-to
master, yeah.
From Software, From Software being like Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, 2, Bloodborne, Sekiro, however you want to say it. He's like the go-to lore YouTuber. Makes videos about the lore, talks about the story,
I want to show you.
talks
guys
about
something
the games, talks about the secrets, talks about the characters, and you can learn if you're curious about like what's this Boreal Valley stuff and who are these people and who's Pontiff Sullivan. You can watch the video and he'll explain the story behind it and what has all gone on there. And
You guys may have noticed I picked up an item called Ashes. So if you take that item, give Umbral Ashes to the old lady, right? So you can give her the Mortician's Ashes that I just picked up in that graveyard.
yeah,
That expands her inventory of items she sells.
and now there's more stuff you can buy from her
including the key to that sewer.
that we don't have enough health to drop. Like we don't have enough health to drop down the pit, but in the sewer with the Wrath, there's a place where you can go. So before we continue with the game,
I was gonna level up.
there are some guys here that you can we have a few guys that we've like taken into our team, and it'd be cool to like to show people like how they are here and stuff. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I can absolutely do that. But I wanted to make sure I get the best item in the game.
the pitchfork.
Clearly the best weapon in the game. It's parallel. Nothing is better.
Really?
Clearly. Sell item. Sorry. Do I have any more? No, I don't. All right. Let's go find our homeboys. Actually, I've died a couple times, right?
Oh.
So I can show you how this guy works.
Yeah.
This guy, the one we saved on the bridge, what he does is, as you die, you can draw out your true strength, and you get a free level.
Yeah, but know that this does have like
There's no drawbacks.
adverse effects to your character. It's hollowing you.
There's no
And so
drawbacks.
what you'll have to do is later in the game you'll have to get a certain item that will let you like reverse these levels, because it'll make you incapable of doing some things, right?
There's
But
no
for one of the
drawbacks.
3 endings, in order to get one of the 3 endings, you do have to spend a lot more time with that guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, which I've never gone for that ending just because I think like I don't know.
I've done all the
I'm not
endings.
interested in it yet, so eventually I'll do it for the 100%.
My
that's
favorite
all.
ending is where you are the true evil guy. Not only do you do the hollowed path, but you summon the Firekeeper, and then instead of just letting her do her thing with the fire, you murder her, and then take her soul, and then you absorb the fire, becoming the most powerful thing in the Souls universe.
My favorite ending is the one where you just link the fire, because that's what you're here to do.
And then,
oh my goodness, spoilers.
Grey Rat is a bro. He sells you.
Yeah.
Grey Rat sells you the Thief set
Oh, and patches. Yeah.
and Patches set. Yeah. And then he sells you a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah. And what we just did is we gave him
Which
an item, right? We gave him Loretta's.
I want to point out. So when you leave him, he's the only one that like truly says nice things
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
He
But
is
you know,
a bro.
there was this girl, this lady named Loretta, who I don't know if she raised him or whatever, in the Undead Settlement, and an item you collected in the beginning of the game was like her like mummy, pretty much. Yeah, that's gross.
That's gross.
And when you give it back to Grey Rat, he kind of has like a mental breakdown until you defeat the next boss, and once you defeat the next boss, he's like, okay, let me go steal stuff for you.
Yeah, doing that service for him, he lets you. First of all, he lets you keep the ring.
Yeah, because
he just becomes a homie.
he doesn't need it anymore at that point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now you can learn pyromancy. So the pyromancy flame, you level up just like an item.
Yeah, and instead of going to the blacksmith, this guy upgrades it for you.
Yeah, just like a weapon.
In
yeah.
the DLC, you get a better version of the pyromancer's glove.
Oh,
Yep,
I didn't know
you
that.
can unlock.
Well,
So here you go here, and you learn your pyromancy. So I'm
the
gonna.
first one, fireball.
And actually, do I have the stats to use?
I don't know if you have pyromancy's intelligence, right? No. It's I don't remember honestly. You might not have enough stuff for
So
it.
how it works is it goes in your offhand. You have to attune to the spell.
Mhm. which you do at the bonfire.
Which, alright, all memes aside, it's a terrible weapon. I don't know why I even used the souls to upgrade it, by the way.
Good job.
As a meme. Because I'm a troll.
Yeah.
Come here. First of all, that undead bone shard.
What it does is you can't see right now, but it makes your Estus heal you for more.
Yep, it's amazing. Insufficient. Oh,
Yeah,
so
you don't have enough attunement.
for attunement, you need.
To level up the stat attunement.
I think I need 10.
Yeah, at least 10.
So I'm too stupid,
Yeah.
basically.
Not magic inclined enough. This is Hawkwood the Deserter, and he was a member of the Abyss Watchers. One of those guys from the beginning of the game. So basically, the story of the have you not talked to our guy up here yet?
He wasn't here before. The
There it is.
coolest armor in the game.
Kind of looks like he belongs in Bloodborne.
Unkindled, though, and fast on the trail of the Lord, then these red eyes are for you.
Dude, I don't know if I want to
He's
stop
the guy
playing.
who teaches you how to play PvP.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to stop playing after. Do we want to invade someone?
Yeah, sure. We should show it. Let's teach it. Let's go back to like somewhere wherever you want to go, the high wall or whatever, and let's invade someone. Yeah.
Maybe help
So
someone with a boss.
teach someone about PvP.
That'll be like the last 45 minutes. We're past the...
Yeah, let's show the swamp and get to the crystal sage, and then we'll.
Well, we have 45
the
minutes,
other
so
stuff.
if we're gonna show PvP, might as well just go for 4 hours.
Well,
I'm
let's
down.
show this stuff first.
Show the PvP or the...
Let's show the
swamp?
the PvP first.
Okay,
and
so
we'll
let's
go
go
to
to
the
the high
other
wall of Lothric.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna get our best hits
Show
there.
PvP, and then you can go land, put down a soapstone by Vort, and we'll chill for a second and see if anyone takes it.
You wanna do PvP first? Or
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, invade another world.
So that's how this works. You get a cracked red eye orb from that specific guy, and what that does is it's a consumable item. You use it, and you go to any area in the game, and it lets you invade someone else's world and fight them in PvP. And if you win, you get items, right? So depending on your covenant, it can get you items for the covenant.
Yeah, that's what makes the covenants important. So
Yeah.
the ones I have, so you have your Warrior of Sunlight. I'm invading as a Sun Bro.
Uh-huh.
You can invade as a Blue Boy, or you can invade as a Mound Maker.
Yeah.
The thing that makes Mound Makers interesting is Mound Makers don't have to kill the host, where every other one does. So the Mound
Yeah.
Maker, you can kill even other invaders, as long as you kill somebody,
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah.
Did it connect me
It's
or no?
searching. It's searching. So.
Okay.
So the way you get a not cracked red eye orb that you can just use forever in case you're a fan of PvP is you go and
Just gonna do my thing.
you
here.
continue to
Okay.
talk to that guy after having like used the item or done some other stuff, and eventually he'll send you on a quest that will lead to a room here, a locked room in a place here at the high wall that will take
What
you
the heck?
to fight a cool dude that eventually
Give me your
results in
axe.
you getting a red eye orb that you can use forever in case you are a big fan of PvP, 'cause some people are, man.
Oh, PvP is fun in games like this.
I've only done it a few times, but I enjoy getting invaded personally.
There is a famous spot right after you fight a boss called Pontiff Sullivan.
Yes.
That is the unofficial official PvP arena.
Yeah.
And what you do is you put down your invasion soapstone there, and everybody fights.
So I don't remember if it's once you beat the game or once you. Oh, we didn't go over here before.
Nope.
Yeah,
Normally you don't have.
I don't remember if it's once you beat the game or like once you get the DLC or something. But eventually, you unlock these things called like battle arenas or whatever, where from a bonfire you can like set
It's,
up
in the
PvP
DLC.
that everyone wants to do, right? And that's one of the most popular areas. We've done a lot of fighting there ourselves.
Taking a while to pop Q.
Yeah.
Should I just run around, murder everything, get all the items we
Sure.
missed for a minute?
Sure.
Yeah, the reach on this weapon is nuts. I'm probably not going to survive if I go through the Dragon's Breath area.
There are items there though, and one of my favorite weapons, known as the Claymore. What's your favorite weapon in the game?
It has to be the Fume Ultra Great Sword.
You're a big sword guy.
That or Leto's Great Hammer. Because so the Lito's Great Hammer, if you build it right and you do your heavy attack, you can do like 1,500 damage a hit.
Is it safe to say that this is your favorite like early game weapon though?
This one,
Yeah.
honestly, one of the ones I have the most fun playing when it comes to early game. I actually enjoy not killing everything in one hit.
Ah. Yeah.
I really enjoy. So there was a challenge run I did for myself where I had to pick every class in the game, and I had to beat the
that's
game
true.
with their
With just
beginning
their
item.
beginning items, yeah. Their beginning weapon.
Yeah, and I did that with a thief class, but you start with a bandit knife.
Which does a lot of backstab stab damage, but it's really low range.
It also has bleed. So what
Damage
I
over
did
time.
is I maxed it out, and then I added a bleed gem to it to give it even more bleed. And so I'd run around PvP with this, and so I'd hit people like 2 times, and then half their health bar would go away because they would bleed.
So we'll show it later, but once you defeat a boss, you there's an item there's a place in the Firelink Shrine where you can get a thing called like a seed of a giant tree. Why is that important? Well, when you invade someone, you as the invader can't be hurt by the enemies in that person's world, but they still have to manage them and manage you at the same time. But if you collect a seed of a giant tree, when you get invaded, you can pop that item, and then enemies in the world will be able to fight the invader. So if you're ever like in a really hard area, just pop one of those and like find the hardest enemy in the level and bring it to that invader.
It's also a really good way of punishing invaders for using the enemies against you.
Yeah.
If you're a smart invader, you will absolutely use the enemies
To your advantage, yeah.
against people, and it's
Because all you have to do as an invader isn't just like, oh, I need to, you know, fight this guy in one-on-one combat. It's you just need them to die. So if they fall off a cliff just because they like got lost, like you win. You
that
won.
is the claymore, but I'm not getting it.
So it's hard here. There are items here in the Dragon's Breath, I think, like an Ember and the Claymore, which is one of my favorite weapons. That's what I used for my entire first run of the game. I picked up the Claymore and then used it the rest of the
Yep.
time.
I want to show you night and
A lot
day
of people also
difference.
really like the Zweihander. That's a Dark Souls 1 favorite specifically. A lot of people like that. But the cool thing about Dark Souls is really any weapon is usable. If you have a weapon you like, you can just level it up, and you know, if you get good, like it's good enough. So
If I get down to Vort's Arena before
you
I invade,
pop,
I will just put my soapstone down.
Yeah.
And hope someone summons me. Can you have both down at the same time?
We'll see.
Oh, we'll find out. I really want to invade people right now. Because this weapon, not only is it just really good in PvE, but like, if you know your timings, oh, it's PvP valid. It's so good in PvP, dude.
Yeah.
It's insane. That was your A and D keys get stuck sometimes. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't know, man. I never have any problems with that thing. It's new, so.
It's a little sensitive,
Yeah.
so it could be just because I'm not used to it.
I was gonna say something.
It just becomes a cakewalk once you're more powerful and everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty crazy.
See if this dude does his actual moveset or if I kill him.
Yeah,
super
let's
fast again.
we can showcase. He's kind of an angel. Holy man. Or you insta kill him.
I won't insta kill him.
Oh. Okay, so we should do it here.
He should do it to catch me. Unless... Come on, you're a Beyblade. Let it rip, big dog.
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip.
Yeah, let's just show what he can do.
Come on, big dog, give me your
He,
Beyblade.
He's a big, you know, fan of Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, or he does this.
Or he
move.
does this, yeah.
Disrespectful. Alright, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
You're not spinning.
Normally, he'll pull a try spinning, that's a good trick, and just Beyblade all around everywhere, so.
Go. We could fight Dancer. I don't think I'm feeling it, but I could try.
No.
What am I stuck on there? What do you think, Nate?
We should talk about it, though.
You can fight
Yeah.
bosses early.
So there, if you're a fan of a speedrunner, or if you're a speedrunning fan or whatever, you know things called sequence breaks. Which sequence breaks is you're doing things in a game you are finding ways to make them happen out of the order that they're supposed to. So there's this really nice lady in here. She was like Prince Lothric's handmaiden or whatever, and she's the one who gives you that banner and gives you the like Way of the Blue Covenant thing, and also teaches you like tells you what you're supposed to do, like go defeat the 3 lords, and then the 3 lords who should be on their thrones, right, and then come back to me. And what happens is when you come back, she's dead or bleeding out, and when she goes and dies, you get this item that triggers another boss. And it's possible, because you get the item from her when she dies, you can go in there and kill her and get the item early and fight one of the last bosses in the game, a very notoriously difficult boss, as early as the first time you get here. So you can end up fighting one of the hardest bosses in the game before you've even fought the second, right?
For me, this is one of my favorite bosses.
Invasion canceled. Okay.
If this one or the Soul of Cinder.
Which is the final boss. Yeah. So this is horrible and sad, but like we gotta show you everything you can do, right? And we'll just see what.
Am I gonna fight her?
Yeah. To give I don't know that we commit to it, but.
Oh, I didn't activate it.
Yeah, you walked up there and it triggers the cutscene. So
I thought you had to.
No.
Okay.
So you walk up to that statue and it triggers the cutscene. So we'll give this a.
Whoops.
This is one of the final bosses in the game. If you defeat her, you get access to
late game stuff.
To some of the late game stuff early. Although there's obviously restrictions and difficulty and things you can't do, but like, I usually will. I don't like. I'll usually fight her after the Abyss Watchers.
Really?
And then I'll go fight Osiris. And
I could probably handle the Abyss Watchers right now.
Probably, but you know, you could also fight the Deacons or the Sage. So yeah, it's the Dancer of Boreal Valley. Real, you know, she was in canon. She was like, according to theories and stuff, like Vort's wife.
If you listen, by the way, the music to the oh my goodness, I forget how quick she is. If you listen to her music and watch her movement, they match. By the way, her health bar is insane.
But you're doing really good damage. You're doing the kind of damage some people would be doing with like a longsword at that point. You just gotta be real careful about your stamina.
I'm bad at the timings for this.
Yeah, you just need to play safe. One and done, man.
When she hits second phase, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. Dude, that was greedy.
I'm
dead. That was
instant kill.
But I think you can kill her. Let's
easy.
Let's give it a few more runs.
That'd be funny if I lived. Yeah, I'm gonna go again, but I got punished for being stupid.
Greed. It was greed that killed the man.
I was hoping that if I hit her hard enough, it would stun her.
That's a classic, you know, like that happens to all of us in Counter-Strike. We start winning fights and then we're like, what if I just keep peeking?
What if I peek this guy 1 HP? Dead. Alright.
Team loses the
round somehow. Back up here.
You can teleport down to Vort's guy if you want to.
Could.
Or it's about as close here, pretty much. Yeah.
Hi, friend.
Hello again.
Falls on my head.
And you fall off the elevator again.
Well, hello there.
Yeah. So this is you know, once you beat her, you get access to some later game areas, and I don't think you can go all the way to the end of the game.
I think it's a stupid idea to try and fight.
But there are some really cool items you can grab if there's a certain kind of build you want to do, or you know, I think there are 2 bosses past her that you know, Osiris and Champion Gundyr are 2 bosses that I think.
Can you even enter the library?
I think what it is you, even if you go all the way to the Twin Princes, you still don't have all the ashes. So you can't fight the final boss. But that was crazy. But
yeah, she does.
There are 2 bosses after this, 2 optional bosses that I like to fight.
Input lag.
It's something I wouldn't recommend doing if it's your first time playing. I honestly think you should like play the game as it was intended and just enjoy yourself. But it is fun to fight her early if you know how.
No! I know earlier you said, by the way, it's a reactionary game. With input lag, you have to predict what they're going to do.
But that was a case of you were in the middle of an attack. Like, really what you need to do is dodge and then punish and then just wait for her to do something else.
It's hard to dodge her moves Because of the input lag.
Because of the input
Yeah,
lag.
yeah, yeah.
It can't be that bad.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, dude.
Because she attacks so quickly.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll figure it out. Lord.
Yeah, you whenever you're fighting a boss that you're not like that you're trying to learn or maybe aren't high enough level for, like you just want to hit them once, and then
Let them do that.
just let them do their thing. Dodge, hit them once, let them do their thing.
What is she weak
And that's
to?
a case where that specific.
She's weak to lightning.
I don't know. Maybe you could try. That specific thing she did with the that grab is also notoriously.
Oh, you can't apply it because you do frost.
It's also notoriously glitched, and so it's just got a bad hitbox, and so
Yeah.
it's really easy to get caught by that specific thing.
You could be like 500 feet away sometimes.
Not 500 feet, but
You're literally like across the room. She grabs you. It's insane.
in
I
my
should
in my
have
case,
remembered
whenever
about
I've had to deal with it, it's because I went and dodged, and even though I dodged past it, the hitbox got messed up, and I still got grabbed. Right?
Will I get punished for this? Absolutely, I will.
Hey, you
Ooh,
got the
no.
dodge. Good dodge, man. Yeah, but it's very telegraphed, so
That the grab
you
is.
just have to be mindful of it. But you're doing a lot of damage. I mean, you probably only have to hit her like 25 times.
Only 25.
But that's
hit.
if you just play patient, you got this for sure. I've
It's
seen
her
you-
second phase.
I mean,
gets
I've seen you do
scary,
stuff
dude.
like this before. So, oh, did we asked the favorite boss question earlier, right?
Yeah.
You said your least favorite to me earlier was Sister Free.
It depends if I'm playing solo.
Because she's really hard to play by yourself.
Oh my gosh, the damage!
Now
Alright,
that's a lot of
chill.
damage.
Remember what I said earlier, by the way? Like,
Oh,
distance
great.
does not equal safety. I screwed up.
Come on, man.
One hit and I die. I need you to... She's gonna wait to attack until I go to... Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good place to heal.
What?
Dodge too early.
That shouldn't have hit still.
There you go. That was a lot of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, second phase. Heal up. So she takes out a second sword, the music goes nuts, and she
She becomes
pulls
a Beyblade.
Yeah. Beyblade, let it.
What the heck? I didn't dodge.
Yeah. Hey, you
Oh,
got
she also
this.
takes less damage.
No, she's taking the same amount.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah,
I think
so...
you got this. I think you
I don't
got
think I
this.
have enough Estus for this.
You just gotta stop getting hit.
Yeah.
Very easy on
Alright.
paper, right? Stop getting hit.
Oh, we still gotta show them the PvP. Alright,
Yeah.
that's fine.
We'll give it 2 more college tries.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put the soapstone down and
Okay.
sprint over and kill the knights. What?
There you go.
So you put your soapstone on. Oh, whoop.
Yeah, the way PvP works,
Oh.
if you're playing with a friend, you specifically need to put like
A password.
You can put a passcode down to make it so you only are able to join them, and that's something you find in your in-game settings. But you put that down, and depending on like if they fought the boss or not, they can see your soapstone and summon you, and you'll join their world and get to fight their
I
boss
just
with
realized
them.
I
You'll
do
have
have-
about half the health, and the game will scale. Well, you'll have about half the Estus, and the game will scale you based off of
I had to make sure password was off.
what your like.
You are confident in
Gameplay
me, and
is,
I
but,
appreciate that, but I am not confident
it'll
in you right
it'll scale you based on your like character level. But yeah, you got this, man. I know. I've seen.
now. Oh, good grief.
I've seen you do difficult things.
Yeah,
I
of
believe.
course. I mean, I'm gonna
You
waste
might
all my
need
embers.
to just get more distance.
I don't think distance is the problem. I think I'm screwing up my timings. Brother. Bite me. Alright, well, I'm down to half my Estus already.
Get away! Get away!
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the range is insane. Here's the thing, even her light attacks do half of my health bar, so like I cannot get hit at any point. And I need to punish heavier. That was good. Oh, come on, you backhand me there? You transfer into that combo at that timing.
Karate.
I got stupid there.
Yeah, so that's an example.
That's the bug.
of the hitbox going bad. Yeah, that was a clear thing you should have been able to dodge against in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help someone with the boss real quick.
Okay.
As much as you have faith in me right now, I don't have faith in me
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
I am not statted for this.
Okay. So put
I am
down
level 30. You're supposed to fight her at like level 60 or 70.
Yeah, I am like good at 45. That's where I'm like, okay, I'm confident enough. But with your weapon specifically, I think.
I think she's resistant.
If you learn her timings down again, but you're still doing a lot of damage, especially for your level.
Oh, so if you break an enemy's shield, you can do that.
Yeah,
You
it's
get a
a
free
riposte.
critical.
It's a punish. Yeah. Your sign's still down, right?
Yeah.
Next up.
Yeah, no, I do the damage. This actually will do less damage to Bort, I believe.
All right, and now we wait a minute. See if anyone needs some help. People might not be playing in, like,
This
whatever
zone.
our Alaskan region is at late in the evening on a Saturday
Learn their
night.
move set real quick. Oh, hi. I actually really like their spear. I thought about, like, just trying to get this spear and doing a spear run. It's so much fun to just smash them. Alright. I don't think we're gonna get any PvP hits here, so should we just progress for 12
Yeah,
more minutes?
I think I think it might be worth going to
Alright. I'm gonna show you all a trick
the
here.
Road of Sacrifice, getting through the Road of Sacrifices,
You-
and then we'll
yeah.
try to get to the Crystal Sage. And then,
You ran into a boss you shouldn't have run into,
yeah.
and you don't want to lose your souls.
So you're gonna get them, and you're gonna home run
Bye.
them. Yeah.
That's what you do. There you go. Now we're back here. Anyways, that was a failure of an attempt, but now people know.
Right. But now you know.
Oops,
And
wrong button.
what did they say? Knowing is half the battle. Yeah.
We'll get you through the Road of Sacrifices. The Road of Sacrifices is actually kind of confusing if you don't know where you're going. And there's a lot of traps in a very small area.
And it's also, if you don't keep your eyes open well enough, kind of easy to miss that one bonfire you just, rested at. So, like, just pay attention here.
These guys...
It's not a huge area.
Are
The next
terrible.
bonfire comes really quick, but it does have some tricky enemies. They hit really hard, hit really fast.
And they have a really long combo.
Yeah. And they make me uncomfortable.
Nate, you get nervous easy.
I don't
know
get
this.
nervous. I'm just like, dude, they're
Or, like,
kind of like
uncomfortable.
weird Grim Reaper, like raven things that just like grow wings and like yell really loud. Like that's not very fun. And they're fun to fight, but I'm
They're
just like,
creepy.
this is weird. Like, yeah.
They're creepy creatures. Oh.
And
Hi,
then
friend.
he's like,
Can I play too?
I want to play! Yeah.
revenge was gross.
Yeah, how'd
You
that go
killed
for you?
Tommy and James. Oh, and I'm dead too.
And then I killed you. Alright. Is this... Ooh.
No, that's
That's
not.
not
That's
it.
not. Let's not do
It's
that. Yeah.
one of these. There's a drop down. Oh, hi, Magic Man.
Oh.
Ow, you hit me. That hurt my feeling. It's this one.
Yes, you can drop down.
And then you go like, huh? Help me. Someone probably fell down here without Estes, and he's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm done. Like I can't do anything.
I don't know if I can live here. Honestly.
Hey, you never know. And now we do. And watch your butt.
Not yet. But there's an NPC here that gives you a cool strength weapon. I unga bunga, you're unga bunga.
Crazy lady.
We unga bunga together.
Wow, you killed her really fast.
Unga bunga. That's why I wanted to PvP. This is such a good PvP weapon.
PvP.
Yeah, you have destroyed me with this in PvP many a time.
It's a great weapon because it builds that frost damage and just wrecks your day.
Yeah. Another great one is I always enjoy something like Gale Sword or the Crow Quills that have like really weird like different weapon skills that will totally like take the other person off their guard, right?
One is the Thief's Dagger, the one I was talking about.
Mhm.
It has its weapon ability is it lets you dash, and you can
Yeah.
avoid damage that way.
Which is real quick.
So you don't have to use your roll.
Yeah. And it instead uses your attunement.
Is this the drop? No, that's not the
No,
drop.
no, it's over here.
This side?
Yeah.
Right.
Boop.
Ooh, they activated up top. I don't like that.
Go get yourself some items after you fight weird dogs.
Weird pregnant zombie dogs. What the heck?
You got him? Get him.
Oh, what? That is quite literally an animation I've never seen before. Why
Really?
can't...
Wow.
Really? Bro? I've never had that animation before.
Here you go. And now they're gone. And now they're even deader than undead.
Yo, that was wild. I've never had that animation before.
So that Braille tome you can give to that,
The blind chick you get.
yeah, that we were talking about, like from that entrance into the sewers.
Alright.
She'll teach you miracles, and you can give her that tome, and she'll teach you. You'll be able to learn more miracles based off that. So there are certain items like that unlock you certain things. Like we talked about, giving ashes to the handmaiden gives her more wares. Giving that tome to that one lady, she'll teach you more miracles. There's tomes you can give to your pyromancy guy, and they'll teach you more pyromancy,
Shut
stuff
up.
like that.
Sorry, not you.
So I know you're talking about the yeller, the guy yelling in game. Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up, Nate.
Oh, why do you have to be so mean?
There you're okay.
It's funny.
But yeah, no, it's giving them items.
And here are two cool friends.
well, one of them's cool.
What do you mean? Well, the other.
One of them later goes crazy and tries to kill you.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily his fault.
Well,
It's the nature of things. This
it's
is
a
Anne
girl.
Ray. She is in depending on what gender your character is. So if you're a guy, Anne will be a girl. If you're a dude, if you're a guy, Anne will be a girl. If you're a girl, Anne will be a guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually.
And so Anne Ray,
I've never played a woman.
there's a few. I've never either. There's a few different like plots that revolve around her. But she is currently wearing the like I don't know if it's the cover art armor, but it's like the most iconic knight set from Dark Souls 1. It's pretty cool.
Forgive my stretching.
Just that felt good. I
Yeah,
haven't
right?
stretched in 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oddly specific time.
Wow, I wonder how long the video is. Yeah, he just breathes. That's Horace. He's a cool guy, but he just doesn't talk. He's chill.
He's basically a pillager from Minecraft.
A villager, you mean?
No, pillager.
You meant pillager, okay.
Alright.
Alright, so, this might be a good area to try PvP again.
Ooh, yeah, you right. You right.
And while you let that run, you can just
Run through the world.
run through the world, yeah. Light some bonfires
Um,
and try to make your way towards
My pathing, I always come down this way.
the sage. Yeah, because there's an item. This is a place called the Crucifixion Woods. Yes, it is as brutal as it sounds. There are crucified undead here. It's kind of
It's really depressing,
yeah,
actually.
it's really freaky, but and they're really scary and hard to fight too. So yeah, that's one of them.
They all have red eyes. Red eye enemies are mean.
Yeah, if someone has red eyes, it means you gotta watch out for them. Hey, we got it. There we go.
Instant pop
We
on
got
the
some
invasion.
PvP. All right, so there's going to be some poor soul running through here that is going to get invaded like crazy, and Brandon's gonna
Watch it be a dude who's baiting invasions.
Brandon's gonna ruin his day right here.
If I die while invading, I drop my souls, right?
Dark Spirit, Dr.
Oh.
Fraser Kane.
Oh, hey, and he's
Right.
telling me where he is by the,
Oh, wait, so did you just invade us along with someone else? Oh, you got two people to fight. What is
Oh.
happening?
well, him and his bros are hanging.
Wow, there are
There's so many people
so
here.
many people here. Are you
They're
gonna,
ganking my homie.
you just gonna jump in?
Brother. Alright.
Dude, this is
I mean, yeah, they're ganking, right?
This is the most dishonorable PvP I've ever seen,
This
and
is a
I don't know
nightmare
what to
look at.
do.
I don't know who the host is.
The host is, that's the host.
For sure.
Kill the host.
Okay.
Dude, you're gonna do it. They don't even know. You're about to beat the host, and the other guys are gonna get booted because you beat the host. Oh, come on, you gotta get him.
Nah, you're not gonna parry me like that, bro.
Just 2 hits. Okay, now it's
well.
Brandon against the world. Okay.
They're gonna try and jump and kill me here. I gotta use the enemies against them.
Yeah.
They chase.
You can wait him out, so. Yeah.
One of the phantoms died.
Glad his name is
Censored?
censored, yeah.
Can I wake you up? If they use a seed right now.
Hey, you can get him. We can prove that. Carol.
Fight me honorably, coward.
Another dark
A
spirit.
mad dark
He's
spirit. though.
you gotta be careful because they're mound makers. They can fight you.
Yep, he might try.
Okay, so this is the most chaotic PvP I've ever seen in my life.
This is great. Come fight me.
He's drinking. Yeah, he's trying to. They're trying. He wants you to fight on their terms. He'll get impatient eventually. Brandon, you are one of the most patient people I know. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Nope, we're fighting honorably. Him and I.
There he goes. He's down. One more. One more hit.
Roll, please. What?
Dude.
I couldn't move.
Dude.
He just stun locked me.
The case this, the punches, bro.
Bro, I just got owned.
You just got owned. Alright, let's do it again.
Oh, he bowed.
See what happens.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Watch me get the same guys.
The
I
same
will not
dudes.
make that mistake again.
Yeah.
Yep, we're doing this.
Beep, beep, beep. So, down this way is a, in this, like,
What
little
the heck? I
dilapidated
didn't
castle here.
touch D there, by the way.
Is a, is that key really bothering you then?
Well, it just keeps like randomly like strafing me in a direction. It's fine.
Here is a Dark Knight, which is a very common enemy in Dark Souls 1, but I think this might be one of the only ones in this game.
There's like 5,
There's 5.
something like that. There's 2. Yeah, I wasn't holding
I know
A
there
there.
are Silver Knights. I don't know that there are many Dark Knights. Searching for another room.
There's one here. There's 2 of them in the Demon Ruins.
Yes. I thought there's one there.
Nope. There's one in a
2.
hidden room.
Okay, so there's 2. And then I think that's it for
Nope.
this game.
There's more.
There's Silver Knights.
There's one over
Anor
by.
Londo.
Yeah, there's one in Anor Londo, I think, because he kills a few of the Silver Knights. I could be wrong.
I don't remember. More coal. So you give
Coal.
that to Andre, and he's like, I can make you more things now. I'm the coolest. You like my big hammer. Alright, you going for the backstab?
No.
You're just gonna go for the heavy weapon?
Backstab almost never works with this guy.
Yeah, they have great ears. Wow, that was very... What is normally a very difficult enemy proved to be very
Just got
simple.
wrecked.
Yeah, his gear is obviously really strong, but it's real heavy, so you just have to be mindful of that. And in there is a crystal lizard you can't get to because of the area you're in. So the door is locked from the other side, so that tells you like, oh, I gotta get here another way, right?
Well, if I get invaded, doesn't it like cancel out my invasion?
I don't know. I don't think you can invade if you're not embered, right?
You can invade if you're not embered. You just can't. I don't know what it is. It's. Yep.
There you go. You got one.
Yeah.
Here we
I'm
go.
not embered, but I can invade.
You're on fire. Yeah, you're embered.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
I thought because I died that I wouldn't be.
You can't have people join your world if you're not Ember. I think
Oh,
that's
what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Is it the same people?
All right, who are you fighting?
Is it the same people?
Nope. New guy.
Let me solo your mom, baby. These guys are alive.
Does he? I don't know. Does he? Yeah. The question is, does he have more friends, right? And do you know where? Oh, okay. He's probably. Well, you know.
He might be baiting.
But he also could have rested at the other bonfire,
He could have.
or like close in this
It
area.
should always spawn you between the enemies down there. Are they alive? Yeah, the enemies down there are alive. So if he's not up here. By the way, did I have a lot of souls on me when I died? Yeah, he's somewhere else.
Not too many. I don't think it really matters. Maybe like 6,000. That's what, like 2 level ups.
Yeah, but do I drop my souls when I'm invading?
I don't know. I haven't done it enough. Brandon, you're the guy who's supposed to know these things, Mr. Mound Maker's Warrior Fingers.
I don't remember, dude. I haven't played the game in like 6 months. There he is.
Hey,
Oh no, he's the default knight.
sound kick, but
Maybe.
hey, maybe he's kind.
Kind does not bother me.
He's using the Claymore, the best weapon. It's not the best, but it's a good time.
It's like you.
It is a good time. It's a good weapon. We're just gonna drink them all.
No. Alright, Holmes. Don't go throwing crap at me. I can do that too.
There we go. It's begun.
The dance.
Combat in Dark Souls is much like a dance, isn't it? There's a lot of there's a give and take. There's an art to it for sure.
Mind games.
I love it. I love the honor. He's like, I will also like
Oh, I wanted him to push and get
hit my
punished.
block button massively. Oh, you should wait for him to get up here.
Yeah, this guy is a genuine gentleman.
Oh,
He can't creep up behind me, right?
no. It's back to fight. Come on, Brandon, show us your moves.
I'm not
Show
that
me
good.
your moves.
Come on, bro. Stop turtling.
Dude, here we go.
He's summoning another phantom.
There was probably someone smart on the floor down there.
Probably his bro. Come on, dude. Players like this are no fun.
Slow dancing. Hey, come on, get him, Brandon. Oh, that was really quick. Yeah, it's hard because he's using a faster weapon, so it's hard to punish him. And you have to
Wow.
take something at some point, but in that case, he managed to, dodge out of the way. And
At
some
least
of
he's
that-
not like just dodging and hiding anymore. He's actually like trying.
It's a lot of you trying to hit him, and he's just doing his thing. Could you think you can get the backstab? With how turtle he is.
Probably not.
Get him. Honor is broken. You're so focused.
Low key, I kind of am. What? What is happening?
I'm not even gonna. Did he time out?
Internet, bro. What is happening right now? Neither of us took damage there?
That was weird.
There you go.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Yep, suck down your potion. Alright, dude. You getting confident now all
Get
of a
him.
sudden?
Get him.
What? How did he interrupt my roll there?
Now it's a game of who heals first. So if you try to heal, you can punish him.
Fall back, bro!
And if-
Come on!
And if he tries to heal, you have the opportunity to punish him. So
Wow.
good try though.
That laggy nonsense, dude.
Yeah. Hey, he's having a great day though.
He is.
Yay.
He did good. Well done on him.
All right. Well, here's what we'll do before we end. We'll
What's that?
go fight the sorcerer man. We'll go find the sorcerer.
Am I just rushing him down?
We'll,
Fighting him?
we'll find him. We'll find the sorcerer. We'll beat the crystal sage and show everyone the deacons and the black swamp, and then we'll move on.
Well, the deacons?
Yeah, we'll not fight the deacons.
Whoa,
we'll
bro, chill.
We'll show 'em
Chill,
the,
chill,
What
crab.
do you call it? The
Oh,
the
great.
cathedral. Oh, and now you're
Stupid
getting invaded.
Hazel.
Yeah. So Hazel is an example of a dark spirit that invades you. That is like
NPC.
it's an NPC dark spirit that will invade you no matter what. You
Well,
still
no,
need
you
to have
still
an
have to be
ember.
embered, yeah.
You still need to have an ember, but it's not a person. It's an NPC that gives you a piece
I'm
of
in a
gear. And
bad
over here are
spot
two
for
dudes.
No, there he is.
Yeah.
He's also invisible until he gets close to you. Stop. What? How did that not hit? He's gonna walk at me? Alright, cool.
There you go. All right, you want to fight these two guys over here?
Yeah. Actually, I'll show you guys how to deal with these two. Because they ambush you. They're like, oh, we're gonna
They
kill
fight
you."
together. Yeah. Down the ladder. Dude, you really know all these cheese strats. And he died. You got his soul. Well, be encouraged. If you're having trouble fighting any of these guys, like, there are ways to cheese them. Brandon knows these ways.
That
Yeah.
weapon right there, the
The
Exile
Exile
Great
Greatsword's
Sword.
really cool.
is the
Yeah,
first
so
one
if
I
you
ever
look right
used.
here,
This is the next zone.
this is one of the next zones you can go to. So the woods like give you branching paths. So you can go down there to Fair and Keep and go from like the normal swamp to the poison swamp, and that's a crazy area down there. Yeah, we're not going to do it right now because
No matter
really,
what,
even though you have the choice, you
Yeah.
should go the other way first because
Yes.
not only are you faced with easier bosses, which gives you more time to buff up, but you get an item that limits that. Like if you don't have that item, there will come a point where you like can't continue the rest of the game until you go back and get it if you go the other way.
Correct.
So yeah, there's you met with branching paths. You can go the other way first, especially there's like a big there's a big greatsword down there that you can get if you want. But
In 4 minutes, can I get to the Crystal
it,
Sage?
we don't have to end 3 minutes on the dot, like 3 hours on the dot. I mean, so but
I mean, I'll go for another hour, bro.
what's his name is up here. I'd like to show. There's a sorcerer here, so this is a kind of castle area, and there's obviously it's kind of worth in Dark Souls trying to fight every enemy and get every item just because you discover so much cool stuff. But around here there is an Estus shard.
Yeah, I skipped past it.
Yeah.
I'll come back and get the
And
items in
here
a minute, but you wanted to see
Is
the
the
Crystal
guy
Sage.
who teaches you sorceries. You can ask him to.
He's a pompous turd.
Oh, yeah. So the reason
You have to
can't
be
talk
intelligent
to him right
enough.
now is you don't have enough intelligence. So if you continue to, if you're smart enough, you'll be like, okay, man, I'll come back to your lounge and he'll teach you sorceries. So,
What? Okay.
boom. Oh.
I didn't show you guys how to get here at all, by the way, but down here, this is where you go for the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, the castle kind of has a few twists and turns and a few surprises in it, but you know, it's not too hard.
Are
So
you
it
ready?
looks like wow, this big open area. I wonder if it's a boss. There
Yeah,
it is.
it's clearly a boss.
Yeah.
So I'll show you a trick. See those things over his head? He cannot teleport away as long as some of those are above him.
Yeah.
So, as a strength boy, you can just hammer him.
Yeah. And so the Crystal Sage doesn't have a lot of health, but it's a boss that it's easy to get overwhelmed at. Basically, all these copies of the Crystal Sage are going to show up, and you're going to have to figure out which one's the real one. The answer
That
is
the nonsense.
the one with the purple is always going to be the real Crystal Sage, and doesn't have a lot of health. So even though they'll try to teleport away,
goodness.
it can be as easy as this, or you can get stuck on them for 5 minutes. But that was a pretty straightforward fight. So.
Yeah. What kills me about them is they spawn like multiple of them in a circle around you, and you can get hit in the back with a really powerful spell that'll just one-shot you.
Yeah.
That's why I hate that fight so much.
And I got some souls.
You want to go back and get items, or are we just moving
Let's show them the Cathedral of the Deep.
on? If I can get there in time.
Yeah.
Leroy. Okay, you did.
Twin the Tie Knight. You can use
I
that to upgrade
need-
other weapons, not this one specifically, but
Yeah.
very handy. Especially if you're going for like the Foom Ultra Great Sword build.
I will later. Alright, so what you do here is you see this lady, this nice evangelist. You just kind of smack her really hard, and then she doesn't exist anymore. And then what you do is you see her friend here that's like trying to mouth off. You just kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then her other friend who watched the other guy die, you just walk up and you go, "Hey, fam." Boom.
So, fun fact about the Crystal Sage. The Crystal Sage, I think, is the only boss in this game where this is the case. But the Crystal Sage was a boss. You just fought a boss. But later in the game, you fight 2 Crystal Sages that are not bosses, but just normal enemies.
Yep.
And the Crystal Sages have to do with, there's only like a few of them around, I think, and they have to do with the high wall of Lothric and their late game enemies. But in
Broken.
this case, like
What? You interrupted me?
where we're about to go with the Deacons of the Deep, they're a group that's connected to Irithyll and also to Anne Orlando and a boss from and one of the Lords of Cinder, who is Aldrich, a guy who got what's the word, like poisoned by the Abyss, pretty much. It like messed him up. So the Abyss is not a good thing. The Abyss Watchers, who are a boss we're not going to fight, one of the other Lords of Cinder, were dudes who their job was basically to go around the land, and any area where the Abyss is touched, any people that are infected, they cleanse it, pretty much, right? They kill them, right?
It's like if you know anything about Warhammer, it's like the Inquisition. They will exterminatus your kingdom.
Yeah. So, the Abyss Watchers, though, the reason, like, it's a crazy boss fight because you walk in on them all fighting each other. And the lore is that, like, they spent so much time trying to stop people from take care of the Abyss that eventually it infected them. And so
Basically,
they're locked in
to-
eternal combat trying to keep it in wraps. So they're eternally fighting one another. And it's pretty wild. It's one of the best boss fights in the game. Cool music. If you're a Smooth McGrew fan, he's got a great cover of their theme.
I'm gonna guess, Nathaniel, 98% of people do not know who Smooth McGrew is.
Listen, Smooth McGrew
Oh, Smooth McGrew, sorry.
is the best video game acapella guy out there. I'm sure I'm sure a good amount of people do know who he is, but I will link that video in the description. It's a cool video if you want to hear him sing that song. I'll also put a link down to, we talked about how Bati video is like most people's favorite Dark Souls YouTuber, so I'll link his channel in the description as well. Yeah.
Dark Souls is pretty dope.
Dark Souls.
Alright, we're at the cathedral, I think.
Look at this guy.
I was 2 minutes late. I'm sorry.
No.
Basically, he goes suicide bomber on you.
Yeah. So there's another SS shard up here. I know it's an undead bone shard. Undead bone, whatever they call it.
Oh, I thought I got them all in one.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
show you what the
fire at.
kamikaze does.
Yeah, you don't want to let him hit you, but it does that much damage, so that can take all your health. And then here you have another SS shard. Yeah, so let's, if you have the DLC, let's just go a little over because there are some really cool things we can show here. If you have the DLC, which if you're playing the game in this late of time, you really should have. I think the game without the DLC is fine, but here's a guy who is not here in the original game. But if you have the DLC, he's here, he's praying, and you can talk to him, and he'll take you to the first DLC area.
He's a bro and a jerk at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he seems like really nice, and then all of a sudden you're like, what happened to me?
Alright, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna go level up, and then I'll come back for him.
Okay.
Because if I'm not ready to fight the dancer, there is no way I'm ready for the DLC.
I don't know that we should explore the DLC, but just show people this is how you get there, and then we can go to that first bonfire, and then
Maybe we'll get to the first DLC in part 2.
well, there's not gonna be, so unless we ever do a Dark Souls 3 DLC video game showcase. So
I think we should finish this game for sure, though. Unless you want me to just like play on my own and finish this character, because I will.
the Legend of Bobbert.
I can level up 3 times.
Okay.
What do I go in here? Do I start attunement?
Hey, you might as well
8.
get a little bit more intelligence. The wizard won't dislike you as much.
Nah, not him. Not him.
Farewell.
Hi, old lady. Here's a paladin's ashes.
Yeah.
Just sell more stuff.
And now Grey Rat should maybe go hunt for you. Go thief around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can get an Estus shard.
Oh, if you want to do a true evil playthrough, by the way, you can kill all of these people.
Don't. They're all nice, okay? But you can. Just cause, what did they say? Just because you can.
Doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should.
Obviously, the 4-pronged plow is the best weapon in the game.
Yeah. Fire gem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty be careful.
But we still
up.
He's still freaking out, yeah. So you gotta either discover a new area or kill another boss before he's done sulking. Oh, welcome.
Oh, yes. I can upgrade in that title. Oh, wait. Do I have enough to attune? I think 8 is what you need to attune.
I
I'm
thought
not
you
sure.
needed 10. We'll see. You had 6 before, so maybe
find
you have
out.
enough now.
Attune.
Still none.
I am dumb.
I am Groot.
I am the smartest.
I am Groot.
I am the Senate.
That's a different direction than I went. That's funny too.
Yep. True. Shut up, Gale.
Okay, let's talk to him.
Hmm?
Talk to Gale.
You want to send it to the DLC?
Yeah, I just want to show everyone the cool cutscene.
Alright.
He's all like, "Oh, you're a fire person." That's basically it. And then he's like, "You gotta come to my place and save my people. Like, we need help in the painted world." And then you go and get taken there, and
He also makes a lot of suspicious noises. Gale. He like makes old man groaning noises a lot.
he's old, bro. You seen that beard?
He also is an epic fighter.
Spoiler.
He's a great warrior.
Got the coolest boss sword in the game.
Hey guys, I guess I'll accept his.
Oh, a very rare thing. A cutscene. I like how we can just look at our audio timeline and see every place Brandon peaked the mic.
For me yelling. And then you have long periods of calm.
Just
presumably,
calm
where
and
I'm
then,
like,
oh!
presumably where I'm like,
Oh no!
oh!
Yeah.
Funny. Take it.
That looks like a piece of like,
Touch it.
of like,
It looks like
of
your
like
toilet
new-
paper after
new-
Taco Bell.
News. It looks like a piece of bark or like news or like a magazine paper someone ripped and was like, here.
Yeah.
And you're sucked in. So now there's 2 ashen ones in, what do you call it? Randall, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because what's her name isn't Sister Fried
Sister Frida
is unkindled.
No, it's her dad.
Ah,
Her father.
big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's holding like a piece of the first flame.
Oh.
Or something like that in his
Weird guy.
pot.
Yeah.
I think it is.
So you spawn right here. There's these like weird dudes behind you. Ugh. If you talk to him, he's
Hi,
just
Holmes.
like, yeah, it's
Have you just
It's weird.
saw very unusual creatures?
Mm.
The cold and gentle penguin
Gentle is not the word I'd use for your home, bro.
to life.
Do I kill him?
why?
I don't know. I'm just curious. Every Souls player has to ask themselves
Yeah.
that question. Do I randomly kill this NPC?
So you show up here and light this bonfire, and it's whoa, the snow, pretty, and there's a lot of stuff you can go to.
There's also a lot of ways to die.
Yeah, a lot of ways to die, a lot of places to go right off the bat. A lot of items to get. A lot of
I
who
like
the heck
this
are
area.
those and why did they do so much damage?
How much? Oh yeah, this is.
A lot of cool weapons.
I am not supposed to be here, by the way.
Yeah.
I do not want you.
Yeah, this is the earliest you can get here, but you honestly maybe shouldn't until you're like obviously you can obviously you can beat both the DLCs before you
Hey guys.
end the
remember
game,
this-
but like and you should, but like for this one
goodness.
specifically, I wouldn't come here until you're at least level 90
I can't move.
because
Stop
there's
blocking me.
it's got the one of the hardest bosses in the game this year, so
I honestly would say the hardest boss in the game. Bro.
and that is the difficulty of the DLC, and there are dudes like that everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those replace your basic zombies.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so there's this new kid in town. Let's just
Let's kill him.
gank him.
Yeah.
It's sad. Oh yeah. Hey look, my souls.
How fast do you think you could get to the deacons? You think you could just rush through everything
If
else
I
and
skip
just run
everything.
through everything and fight them? Show off the boss? They're a pretty easy boss, you think? You wanna try? And we'll call it for tonight.
Oh.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, so this is the Cathedral of the Deep. It's a like church, pretty much, right? A church that has been very infected by
Wait, cathedrals are churches?
a cathedral that's been very affected by the abyss, right? And so it's there's like a lot of evil, a lot of crazy stuff here, right? But some giants, other stuff like that. Some definitely things you haven't seen yet. Weird like parasite monsters and other things, but it is certainly a like that's something that Dark Souls has always done very well throughout all its games, is having every area very much has its own identity and like own themes and own vibe and stuff, own enemy types, own like look to it, and this is a good example of that, of how it, you know, the Undead Settlement was so different from the High Wall, and this is very different from the Undead Settlement. So yeah, and so because this is close to the Undead Settlement, this area specifically, you'll get help from your arrow friend, from the giant. He'll shoot down big arrows here and help you
In some spots.
in some spots, yeah, where there are very clearly arrows. This is a great shield.
It's a good shield.
It's a very good item. It just weighs a lot and it's very hard to use. And there's a crystal lizard down there.
I mean, I was trying to get to the deacon.
Oh, I was just pointing it out. You don't need to fight it, but you're like, you challenged me. But yeah,
You mentioned it.
there's
I can't ignore
it's a
them.
pretty cool area.
There's also shortcuts here.
Yeah, so that's why he kicked down that ladder, because if he had died, he could have walked down here instead of going up the way he first did on his way here. And
There's also several of these
go up the
guys.
ladder to skip some time.
There's several of these bugs in this area. Just showing you where they are. I think there's one more somewhere, but you guys may have seen it if you're paying attention at the very beginning to when I fought this guy while Nathaniel was talking.
Yes.
But if you didn't, that's fine.
Yeah, he is a lot buffer now. Brandon is, so he shouldn't be as hard. But this guy's also got more health than the one at the beginning of the game did.
Relatively. The thing that makes him interesting is you can do that, and then you just critical hit him.
So
He's
you
dead.
broke his, basically his poise, and then you get the riposte.
He's dead.
And now you got a tie net skill, so if you get one more of those, you can upgrade your hammer.
There's also like a secret over here.
Weird worm monster.
There's a secret item there.
Yeah, this is a guy.
Oh, he heard me. Okay. Okay, this is a good way to show off what the effects of his stuff does.
These parasites you bleed, which is going to slowly take your health away from you.
So
You don't have a torch, do you?
nope. When
So
that
normally if you have a
bar
torch,
gets to max, you'll see
you
what
want
happens.
to pull out a torch and it makes this effect to go away, because those guys are weak to fire. But right now you're just hurting, so.
Well, we'll see what happens. You'll see it. And half my health bar.
Yeah.
Oh, not that bad.
And it takes forever to go away, unless you have like blood moss or whatever.
So it does 2.5 times. Actually, I should have blood moss. Let me see. Yeah,
No.
your inventory gets bloated very quickly.
Yeah. Oh,
What
he's
the
like,
heck?
I heard parasites.
What?
And now
Give me
he's
the
dead.
falling attack.
There you go. And more blood loss.
Guys, I'm bleeding.
Yeah, the effect obviously goes away if you rest at a bonfire, but
Yeah.
that is far away. Well, a bonfire is not far away, but like the next one is for sure. I actually don't know. Yeah, there isn't another one close. The interesting thing about this area is it's all shortcuts that lead back to that one bonfire where Gale was.
It can be quite frustrating.
Mhm.
This area.
Yeah.
One wrong turn. That door opens eventually. But like you have to go through the whole
Let's
process.
just try to run through most of the stuff.
Yeah, this is, I recommend doing this every time. He's gonna fire at you, and then he's gonna walk towards you. And now he's not on a high perch shooting at you. Come on, dude. Why are you shooting?
He's got poor aim though.
He just shot for no reason. Normally they hit you with an Undead Hunter charm. I'm just gonna
Which
run
makes it
past
so you can't heal. Yeah. Yeah, we just want to show the next boss before we move on.
What's up, Home Slice? I'm just gonna run through the fire and the flames, if you will. Oh! Hi guys. Oh gosh. I've signed myself up for a gank
You
fest.
can't run forever.
Yeah, you can. Hi, friend. Oh, what? You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Cutscene.
Yeah, look. Hey, guys. Oh, no. Oh, God.
There you go. Okay. Save you some time.
Maybe.
Alright, and now you're gonna have to dead sprint to the next shortcut.
Stop your combo. Hi. Block the hallway.
Yeah,
please.
obviously, there's a lot of items there, and it's worth learning to fight those guys and all that. But these are the example of the priests, the deacons of the deep. Very yeah, their eyes are red. They're corrupted by the abyss.
Oh
all
my
that stuff.
gosh.
Man, they're like.
They're
like,
relentless.
They're like Spider-Man with Shocker, like, Shocker, I will chase you to the ends of the earth. They're just
Dude,
like,
they're relentless.
they're gonna chase you down.
Anyways, so normally I would not sprint past everything like that in any way, shape, or form. But
Yeah.
I'm going to because
We want to see the other boss and look at that key item before, that one key item we were talking about before we and stuff. So you got yourself a good amount of souls.
oh
though.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. This place is very shortcut heavy. There's also another door there that you saw.
This area is
That
very
leads to
dense.
that. Eventually, you'll go and open that other door, and that's another place that leads to
Oh, I should heal up
the
before I
cathedral.
do.
But yeah, it's very shortcut heavy. And there's a giant down there who
Sure is.
is, not in a very good mood. Okay,
He will one shot.
you gotta go. All right,
Nice.
and then down here,
There's a mimic to the right.
yeah,
Why am I
one
going
of
into
our
a wall?
one of our chewy boys. You can
All right,
tell,
quiz time.
pointing towards you.
Actually, let's see if you can see the breathing. Breathe for me. There he is.
There he is. Yeah.
There he is.
All right, time to go. What a way to wake up.
I hate you. What?
Oh.
What? I rolled, sir. I don't appreciate
There
you.
you go. And he's dead. And he gives you a book, I think. No, it's a.
What?
So that. Oh, okay. There's the book.
That's
yeah.
like a 1%
So
drop
if you get the
chance.
symbol of avarice, it takes your health. I don't necessarily know what it does for you. I think it makes items drop faster, but it eats your health. So
It's a meme item.
yeah, but it gives you better item drop chance.
Let's wear this.
Big head, dude. Our guy's head is huge, and now
It's
you
so
can
good.
clearly see it in this Kylo Ren mask.
I actually really struggle against these knights up here. Also, there's thralls behind me, and I
There you
should
go.
not stick around. We're just moving on, right? We're
Yeah,
not sticking.
yeah. Just run through this
Why?
stuff. So you can get to that one giant that was attacking you earlier and kill him. You'll also get invaded by a guy here normally if you're embered. But then there is also this is a path to a shortcut, but there is also a another giant that you have to fight in order to get to, which you don't have to fight. You can pass him to get to the boss of this area.
Another thing I'd recommend if you are playing through this area for the first time, don't be scared to run through and unlock all the shortcuts, and then explore
Yeah.
thoroughly afterwards.
Yeah, this elevator takes you to
A hidden area,
a hidden area. Yeah.
you know, where you can get a covenant.
So I wouldn't do it yet because you can get invaded by Kirk. But once you get to
What
where the
the
bosses
heck?
are, if you
Give me your hood.
pop an ember, you can get assisted by somebody, and it'll show it. And it's the first step for someone's quest. So
You said I shouldn't do it, but I want to do it.
right now, you want to fight Kirk.
Destroy him.
All right, so you got to get past this guy and all this. It's kind of weird. I think this is poop, but it's gross. There's a lot of gross stuff going on here in Giant Land.
The giants
Normally-
are bathing in their own fecal.
Yeah. Normally, what I would do is get by those guys' feet and
Yeah, you just smash them.
and just attack him and dodge, and just dodge his stomps, pretty much. Yeah.
I won't get hit by Kirk now.
Yeah. So now there are all
I
these big
am
guards
not
over here.
gonna try and run past this.
Yeah, you have to fight these
I
guys
have
for
to
sure.
fight these guys.
There's big guards over here. And Itam. Ember.
You can hear when I click the buttons. It's funny. Oh, he lived? Oh, I might not breeze through this fight super quickly, and we'll see.
Alright. This is a case of wanting to isolate your fights. You don't want to have both these guys trying to hit you at once. Wow. Dude, that's a lot of...
Oh!
There you go. Okay,
He's so fast.
You killed him fast, the other guy fast enough, though. That. So the issues with these guys, they have a ton of range because they have great swords, right? And they are pretty quick. And so it's just really easy to get overwhelmed. You got to just make sure to be really patient. Dodge plenty.
Alright, new skirt.
There you go. A deacon skirt.
Where is it?
There you go.
Yeah. I'm so fashionable.
So fashionable.
I need a better hat.
It's the Xanthus crown.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
so pretty.
Yeah. So I think you
The
can kind of see it
last.
on your guy, but when you hollow, when you like talk to that one guy, what's his name?
Dude with the face.
The dude with the weird face, the pilgrim guy,
Hell.
it starts to hollow you, and
Hell,
it makes your guy
unhappy, I see.
turn like weird colors and look more and more undead. And
Where's
so
Patches?
when you've maxed out your hollowing, that's what happens. He's the other way.
Is he up here already? Should we
He should
introduce
be.
them to why Patches is the best jerk in the world?
You'll have to run past the giant again, but
Really?
you could if you want to. Yeah, because he'll drop the bridge.
Is he here?
He should be. Yeah, and so he'll drop the bridge.
Oh wait, no, it's Sigurd.
That's So it looks like Seaward. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
sound like Seaward.
Hi, sir.
Because a guy named Patches, a thief, stole his armor, right?
Well, I am a knight of Catalan. I managed to track down this cathedral's store of treasure. It's right over there, across that treasure. I'm in quite a pickle.
He's insulting the
Yeah.
knight's intelligence. Man, I guess I'll go over and get the treasure.
Cutscene. Who walks that slow?
Huh? Patches is the most greedy dude while simultaneously punishing you
Yeah.
for being greedy.
Yeah, so the thing about Patches is in every game, he constantly tries to put you in situations where you die. And so in this case, he tries to drop you by this giant. And if you've actually killed the giant, then he'll be like, "What happened? You killed the giant?"
That's no fair.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Oh!
Get
I
out of there.
lived!
Oh,
I died.
Okay. You have the shortcut though. So you'll be good.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget that the giant walks towards you, and I shouldn't have attacked him.
"Hi."
Hitting him in the head does more damage.
You woke me up from my nap.
I am moody, like a teenager.
Other way.
Yeah, but I need that whip. Clearly, it's the most important item in the game.
whip.
Now watch me whip. So we're getting delusional at this point. That
I haven't peed in 3.5 hours.
there's a vibe you hit after like 6 hours of Dark Souls.
We haven't done that many, but we're close.
We're getting.
I mean, we've almost
Wait, where's my
done
souls?
some here, but we did some beforehand. Where it's probably up there where Patches was. We did some beforehand, making sure everything was working right and stuff. So we're approaching 6 hours.
Oh wow, it really is there. That's rude, Patches. What if I killed the giant there?
If you had killed him already, or if you just killed him then.
If I killed him after Patches sent me.
I don't know. I'm sure he'd maybe.
That hit me?
He'd either say something, or you'd be like, "Oh man, I just got some really cool items. That would be great for me if I was a cleric, because there's a cool item there."
Patches hates clerics. Ooh, yeah, I gotta kill these guys again.
Yeah. Maybe
Or-
actually, maybe just run. Are you gonna go get your souls with that
Oh,
important
yeah.
to you?
There were 24,000 or something like that. Yes,
Yeah, it was a lot. I think it's 21.
they're actually important at that point when there's that many at stake.
Yeah. Up the elevator.
I'll elevate you. Is Patches up here again?
No. So now the next time you see Patches, he'll
He'll be in the shrine, yeah.
he'll either be in the shrine or he I don't think he goes into the shrine until after you go into the no. Next time you see Patches, he'll be over there. Across the bridge. Yeah, so there he is.
You have
And
to,
so
like,
you can
fight
talk to
your way
him and
through.
buy Sigurd's armor back because Sigurd is trapped in a well. And so you have to do some crazy stuff to get back over there. But you can talk if you want to meet Patches earlier, you meet him by going into the that tower of the Filing Shrine. Yeah. And he'll trap you in there and be like, "You have to fall to your death now," which, spoiler, you don't. So,
Oh, if you're smart.
gotta learn to parkour. You are my friend.
Hi.
Hi. There you go.
He's fast.
All right.
Okay. Oh, that hit. Oh, and docked. That was cool. Alright.
So down here, you'll find a summon stone for Annery of Astora.
Will I?
And you're embered, right?
Yeah.
You might need to wait a bit.
Nope.
Should be here.
I might have to go do dialogue with her.
Maybe that's it. Oh, you didn't talk to her back at the Firelink Shrine. Okay, so I think she's normally back at the Firelink Shrine, and you can talk to her. No, don't. We'll just fight the boss. We're good.
But
And if
then
you,
I can't progress her story if I don't.
yeah, is the thing. Eventually, you talk to Annery at.
How am I gonna become the Lord of Hollows?
Well, I normally do the other story that isn't the Lord of Hollows, where you help her do her quest. So this boss fight works weird. There's no cutscene. It's the Deacons of the Deep. They're these guys with these like. It clearly shows whichever one of these guys is lit up is the one you need to be, because then they take damage. You know, they're a pack. The health bar is not just stuck on one individual.
These guys are doing their best to show you why we should all vote for Pope Francis for president.
He's joking, by the way.
I hope that was. I really hope that was self-evident. Where did he go?
Right there. So once you meet Annery at that like one bonfire where you meet her and Horus, you talk to Annery, and then later you can talk to Annery at the Firelink Shrine. And once you talk to her, she'll tell you about like her wanting to stop the deacons and specifically Aldrich. And so once you talk to her, you can get her. She can help you with this fight. You can summon her, and she'll help you.
They're so annoying.
Yeah. So this is where this gets kind of
He has a one-shot
weird
mechanic,
because
by
they
the
get
way.
really crazy spells going on. But overall, this should be a pretty simple fight.
Just get a weapon
Yeah.
that does sweeping attacks.
And boom, that was it.
He does have a one-shot mechanic, so you saw when he started
Yeah.
raising his staff, and he had like all of them started putting the black energy towards
Mm-hmm.
him. If you let them charge that up, you will die instantly because
Yeah.
they're summoning the abyss.
Yeah. And so this big thing right here was a coffin for Aldrich. And the whole thing is like, oh, the coffin's empty. Where did he go? And if you notice, you got an item called the small doll. That's an item you need to progress later in the game. If you have to beat these bosses and get the small doll, because if you don't get it, you'll eventually come up against a wall.
You
after.
cannot enter Anor Londo.
You can't enter Irithyll.
Irithyll.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the Deacons of the Deep, and that's pretty much like we just
We're
love
about
this
a
game.
quarter of the way through the game.
Yeah, and if you're counting the DLC, if you're not counting, yeah, I guess you're a quarter of the way through at this point.
Counting the DLC, you're like an
Counting
eighth.
the DLC, maybe
No, here, let me.
sixth or
Normally,
eighth or
to
whatever.
have Henri help you, I think.
She'll be over here, yeah, and you talk to her in Horus.
I think we messed it up. So.
So it's just too late now. Yeah, but you got a ton of souls, and that's the Deacons of the Deep.
Yeah.
This is where the boss souls start to get really huge as well.
I don't want anything that they give me, so.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
gonna...
let's do one final level up, and then we'll call it.
All right. We're gonna call this level 33. I can
Go all the
level
way
up
40.
7 times.
Hey, you can get smart and attuned. Finally, we'll end the run with you finally getting enough attunement after all this time.
Maybe watch it and be like, nope. All right, take your bets, people. Attune spell.
Yes!
Yay!
Alright, we can finally showcase pyromancy. So you equip your glove.
Ready, the most powerful spell in the game.
There you go.
Boom.
Fireball. Boom.
Phew, little tiny fireball.
And so
You
if
run
you're
out
a
of
guy
magic
who
so
doesn't want to
fast.
use a bow or anything, that's a great alternative to range damage. Alright?
Yeah.
That's it. Hey,
Alright.
we just love this game. That's what this show is about. It's it's celebrating and showcasing games we really love, teaching you about them and their lore and their history, showing you some gameplay, giving you everything you would need to become interested in one of these games. You know, you've heard about some lore, you've seen some gameplay, you've learned some of the story, and hopefully have gotten some like heard some things about the community or whatever, and now you got, like, man, this game's cool. Do I want to play it or not? So this is a game we both love. We both spend a lot of time on playing ourselves. We'll continue to play for years and years into the future. Definitely, we'll probably continue to play other games by From Software. But with that, that pretty much ends this episode. Brandon, you got any final words?
Play Dark Souls 3.
Let's show them the Steed the Giant Tree real fast.
Play Dark Souls 3. That's my final
That's
words.
your final words?
I can't show them because
We'll
the
let it
fog
load.
wall won't go away.
Let it load. So
That
after
would've-
you get a boss,
yeah.
you go to this tree, and now you can use that during PvP, and the invader will take damage. Yeah, those are your final words. Play Dark Souls 3.
Yep. Play Dark Souls 3.
Alright.
It's a good game. It is a quintessential gamer game. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are. If you're a gamer, you play Dark Souls.
There it is. All right. Well, my final words are, hey, just be ready. More of this to come. More shows. More video game showcase. More other things. Podcasts. Whatever. So I hope you enjoyed. And I just want to say, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Would the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good morning, evening, noon, whatever, if you're watching. And yeah, we will see you whenever you watch anything by us ever again. So, bye.
You haven't given up yet? Then you're a brusher lad